It's now or never. It's forever. It's my life. The night is late.
Hey, Brian, have you got the live stream going too? I just started it, so. Okay. May not be much of a crowd, Mike.
I think they still had some tickets left over as of this morning.
That's what he said. That's what he said. So, can you volume okay for you or too much or?
Oh, I think I'll be okay. Sounds good to me.
Okay.
I'm picking up a lot from outside. So.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody online. All 16 of you.
Glad to have you.
Thank you. Thanks again, man. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
What a beautiful day in Southern Illinois as we are at Carterville High School getting you set for the first football game of 2021. The Carterville Lions hosting the Anna-Jonesboro Wildcats here on a gorgeous first day of spring in Southern Illinois. Scott Hudson on assignment today. Dave McKenzie here joining me, Keenan Clark. And can we ask for anything better weather-wise than this?
Oh, this is fantastic. I think the kids are going to like it out there. It's going to feel real comfortable to them, especially for the first game of the year, which usually when that happens in August, it feels like it's 100 degrees with the humidity. So this is going to be a nice relief.
Absolutely. It's just perfect day for high school football. And, these guys, Keenan, they've been so patient in everything that they've had to deal with, not just in football, but all of the athletes in just putting up with the stoppages, not being able to practice. When they practice and play, they have to wear a mask. But it all comes down to just what happens on the field or on the playing surface, and they get an opportunity today to showcase their talents.
Yeah, they always say you just got to roll with the punches and control what you can control, and I think that's been a focus for all of our athletes for years. And that's kind of where we're at. You have no control over the COVID and missing the games and the season's getting adjusted. But whenever you get an opportunity to play, go out and make the most of it. And I think our kids have accepted that and have displayed a great amount of character in all of our sports. get ready for this.
Absolutely. Keenan Clark joining us here on our pregame show, filling in for Scotty today. Your SIU Credit Union pregame show. Of course, the last time we were in the booth and bringing you football, it was when 2019. When I went back, I actually had to think about, when did we last do a football game? It was October of 2019, and that squad that year, the first year for Brett Dial back on the field, Keenan, they finished 3-6, and you could see spurts of goodness coming from this team during that season, although it didn't indicate it in the record. And now, when you look at these guys, how they've matured, and I'm excited about high school football and this Lions squad.
I think what you said there at the end when you mentioned how they've matured, I think that makes a big difference. That first year under a new coach and the program's turning over a little bit, there's an adjustment that can be expected. And this group has had a little extended time, obviously, since we're starting the season in March. But that maturation process is very important, and our kids have taken to it from what I can understand.
And not just in the players, but the maturation process of head coach Brett Dow and his staff. Not that they're not in the age sense, but in just getting back on the field and kind of having that second year that you can get your offense and your defense and your team set.
There's a lot of things in coaching that you cannot learn by reading a book or by watching it on the sideline. You have to get engrossed in it, and you have to call plays and make your own mistakes and kind of find out what's going to feel good for you and what isn't. And I think Coach Dow realizes that, and I think he feels like he's in a much better position to get that offense and defense rolling this year.
Speaking of Coach Brett Dow, I had a chance to sit down and talk with him about today's game as we continue here on our SIU Credit Union pregame report. When we return, you're going to hear from the coach talking about this matchup, his Lions against the Wildcats from Anna-Jonesboro and Coach Brett Dietering. Stay with us. You're listening to Lions football on News Radio WJPF. Did I already say it? Oh, okay. Anything's possible.
Are you taking the over or the under?
Boom, 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 boom. They are going to do the anthem at 12:54. 4 minutes. Okay.
Dave, am I keeping defensive stats on anything over here? Is there any sheet?
Whatever you want to keep. Really, I'm running just a play chart for both teams,
Okay.
drive chart. So anything you want to keep defensively, you can do that. Here we go, boys. Here we go. Can you give us programming, please, Brian? Hey, Brian. I should be here.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Guidance from the IEPA requires all spectators to wear a mask and maintain a social distance during athletic events. Our players, coaches, and officials
So I need this line right here.
Okay.
He's lost our signal, and I'm not going to fight this game, so let me do this.
for everyone in attendance. Carterville and Anna-Jonesboro High School, thank you for your cooperation.
Oh, we're back.
Would you please stand and gentlemen, reduce your caps for today's play of the national anthem. Played today by Carterville's Pride of the Lions.
Hey, Brian, are you there?
I'll still hear the pregame show going.
Yeah, it's Coach. Yeah, I was hearing you, but I don't.
Once you're back on, I'm going to run down and reboot my end.
Hey, bud.
Okay.
Good luck.
We'll see if that pops it back up.
Okay, Bob.
So don't take that next break until I'm back. I can sneak in your phones over the queue and talk to you without it going on the air.
Yeah.
So I'll pop into your head and just say I'm back.
Okay.
Okay?
Can you feed us programming, please? Thank you.
Rain or shine, someone's called Joe's Lawn Service, Carterville.
Okay.
Locally owned and operated business, serving South Illinois for over 20 years. You're back after this for the commercial or residential lawn care. Joseph McMahon and his crew can do snow removal, bush hogging, tree trimming, more tree removal, landscaping maintenance, and much more. 534-8148. Rain or shine, leave it so. Call Joe. 534-8148. That's 534-8148.
Back at Carterville High School, it's Dave McKenzie along with Keenan Clark joining us here today on our Carterville High School first football game of the season, and we are so glad to have you with us here on News Radio WJPF. Don't forget you can go to YouTube and you can search Anna-Jonesboro Wildcats at Carterville Lions. You can watch and listen to the game. Both teams back. National Anthem's been played. The Lions are on the near sideline. Coach Brett Dial out meeting with the officials and getting ready for the coin toss. Anna-Jonesboro has just made their way out of the locker room and to the sideline on the far side here at Carterville. And Keenan, you got to know that there's got to be nerves in all of those people on the field. The first game of the season, I've got a little bit, even myself, as we get prepared for this.
It's been a long time coming, so these kids have been anticipating this for quite some time. Like you said earlier, they haven't had football since October of 2019, and so it's natural to have a little bit of nerves. And at one point in time, we didn't even know if we were going to have a football season. So to have it here and be out there on the field in uniforms, I bet it's got to feel great for those boys.
Nice crowd here at Carterville High School. This was by ticket only. As Keenan had mentioned earlier, there were some tickets still available as of this morning. But a nice crowd here on the Carterville sideline. Even AJ in their blue on the far sideline has traveled well. And in the visitor seats over on the far side, I think they were allowed 100 tickets for this game here. And it's maintaining the social protocol of social distancing as best we can with masks, but just being outside and having high school football is fantastic. As coin toss is going on right now for the Carterville Lions, and Captain Trevor Stewart is out with Coach Brett Dial, and it looks like the coin toss has been held, and we are going to figure out who is going to have the ball first here to start the game. Coach Brett Dietering out on the field as well, and you heard Brett Dial say, you know what you're going to get with an Anna-Jonesboro team offensively. They run the ball at you until they can break you down, or either you stop it or they break you down, one of the two.
Yeah, when you stop it, they're just going to look for a different option on that midline offense that they run. They're just going to keep looking for a new spot, and they got us last year a little bit. That first drive they they came out and surprised us. They found a hole and kept exploiting it until we filled it up, and before we knew it, I mean, they were down deep in our territory right off the bat. So they're really good, and Dietering knows how to run that offense, and when it works for you, why change it, right?
When these two teams last met back in 2019, Carterville came away with a 31-14 win on the road at Anna-Jonesboro. Carterville has won the toss here today, and they've elected to receive. Actually, I think AJ won the toss, and they deferred to Carterville. So Carterville's offense, captained and led by the 6'5 senior Eli Downen, Preston Sumner at the running back position. You have Ben Hake, also Bryce Anderson, Townsend Barton at wide receiver, Lance Thomas at tight end, and got a big offensive line this year.
Yeah, when you say those names, you're not just talking about kids that are big, but they're fast. Like, this is a very big, athletic Carterville Lions group. I think they're going to be fun to watch.
Doing the kicking for the for Anna-Jonesboro as they're still on the far sideline. Carterville the first to take the field, as it looks like it's going to be Bryce Anderson and Preston Sumner back deep, and also over on the far side for Carterville to be Zach Anson. The three that are deep return men for the Lions. And a little bit slow getting started here is making sure things are taken care of. Eli Downen just below us. He's got his center, Charlie Howerton, there working on their snap. Of course, Carterville's Eli Downen will work exclusively from the shotgun. But I am so excited to see how this Lions offense does this year, and excited to be able to bring you the play-by-play here on News Radio WJPF. Looks like AJ is getting set to go. And doing the kicking for the Wildcats, it's going to be Nick McGrath, number 6, as he is getting ready to tee it up for the Lions. He'll tee it at the 40-yard line. And as we mentioned, in the middle, back receiving for the Lions, to our right, Preston Sumner, Bryce Anderson, and also Zach Anson back.
I don't know who they're going to want to kick it to on this one. Those three are all they're very legitimate threats back there.
Absolutely. We're ready to go. And with 12 minutes on the clock, it's a beautiful day for football here in Southern Illinois. McGrath has it teed up, hand in the air, waiting on the return whistle from the officials indicating they're prepared, and we are underway. It's going to be Preston Sumner that takes it at the 15, out across the 25 to the 30, gets to the outside, puts a stiff arm, puts his man down across the 40 to the 45. What a great run, and a push late out of bounds by Nate Baggett with the tackle, but what an impressive run for the Lions to start play here in the first.
There's a flag on the field. Looks like an illegal block against the Lions.
So that's going to push him back, but Sumner was able to return the kickoff across the 40 to about the 46-yard line where he was run out, but the penalty is going to push the Lions back. So Carterville, with 11:53 on the clock here, is going to have the ball starting at their own 29-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Eli Downen, and we'll get you set here with the offense as they have the ball moving right to left on your radio dial. Downen takes the snap, wings it out to Sumner, who gets out across the 30, puts his head down, runs over that cornerback, and carries it to about the 32, maybe the 33. Second down for the Lions.
Looks like Byron Lang on the tackle there for AJ.
That's the way you need to see Preston Sumner run. Just put that head down and run over you.
He's broken multiple tackles already today.
2nd and 7 for the Lions. Down and gives it to Sumner again. Out across the 35. Has the first down and more. Across 50. If he can get away to the 40. To the 30. Down the left sideline. Pushed out of bounds. Inside the 20. Big run for Preston Sumner. A gain of... It's going to be a gain of about 50 on the carry by Sumner as he was able to break it to the outside.
When he turned that corner, it just looked like he was running and everybody else was walking. He really turned the Jets on right there.
They have the ball at the Anna-Jonesboro. They're going to mark it right at the 20-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Lions. As they have it at the red zone. Downen takes the snap. He's going to keep it. Cuts it up inside. Is banged down to about the 15-yard line. About a gain of 5 for the Lions.
Gain of 5, but Nate Belcher actually got a hand on him about the line of scrimmage, and he just jumped on for the ride down and carried him the rest of the way.
This Lions offense has a choice of running features that you can have with Downen at quarterback, Sumner in the backfield, but don't forget about the speed on the outside. Look for the jet sweep from the Lions as well. Downen again takes the snap. He's going to give it to Sumner. He cuts it back up inside the tackle, but he's spun down right there inside about the 14-yard line. Going to bring up 3rd down now for Carterville. It's going to be 3rd and 5. The ball at the 14-yard line. Just underway. Preston Sumner with that big kickoff return and the big carry for Sumner, a gain of close to 50. Downen's going to keep it, cuts it to the left side, outside the numbers, and he's brought down about the 11-yard line, and that's going to bring up 4th down now for the Lions.
He's brought down by number 16, Nathan Plott, defensive back, and we hope to keep those defensive backs busy today.
So it's 4th and 1 now for Carterville. Downen takes the snap. He's going to keep it, gets right up behind a couple guys, has the first down and more inside the 10 for the Carterville Lions, bringing up 1st and goal.
That's one of the things that Downen brings to the table, that ability to just keep the ball, run it right up the middle, and he's hard to bring down.
That's the 2nd first down for the Lions.
Got him to jump off sides, it looks like.
And the the 2nd penalty, first on Anna-Jonesboro. It's going to make it just a little bit closer. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by SIH, where they offer rehabilitation for acute inpatient and outpatient care. Visit SIH.net for more information. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 4. It's the give to Sumner. Puts his hand on his tackle, and he pulls the ball out across the line. Sumner gets across for the touchdown. Carterville leads it 6-0.
Follows a big block by Jaden Smith. He pulled from the right side, turned and led him through that hole. Sumner just sat right there on his hip and followed him into the end zone.
Preston Sumner, the 4-yard TD run for the Carterville Lions, and they are on top. What an impressive drive for the Lions to start things off.
You couldn't ask for a better start. I mean, everything went well, positive yards up and down the field, made a 4th down conversion, and that touchdown looked easy.
Carterville will go for 2. The 2-point conversion here is Downen is back on the field. Sumner in the backfield. 1 receiver spread to the right.
I think we're going to throw it.
Downen takes the ball, bobbles it, but he's going to run it across, and he converts it. Carterville gets the 2-point conversion, and with 9:37 remaining in the first quarter, Carterville leads it 8-0. We'll be back. This is Lions football on News Radio WJPF. We'll just stay on the phone line, Brian, for right now.
You're way even at work. Way too good. And you can get a little late for work, right? So you eat it right there in the McDonald's parking lot meal. There's a meal for every morning on the McDonald's $1 to $3 menu. Get all your favorite items for breakfast, like the sausage biscuit, sausage fish muffins, griddle, and hash browns for just a few bucks.
Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any offer.
Carterville Lions drove it right straight down the field on their first possession, and Preston Sonner was a big part of that as he comes away with the 4-yard touchdown run as Eli Downing converts the 2-point conversion. Carterville's up 8-0.
Notice anything unusual about the setup of Carterville's kickoff team here?
Absolutely, and the fact that they do not use a tee. Coach Brett Dial is going to utilize a punt on the kickoff, and it is going to be Mr. Bonnets that will do the kicking, Zach Bonnets, for Carterville. And yes, you can do that. Still the 40-yard line to kick from. He'll take about a 3-yard step and punt it away for Anna-Jonesboro. They have 2 men back deep to receive the kick from the Lions. Mr. Bonnets has it ready to go. Gets the ball. Nice kick. Down the right side, drives the man back to the 10-yard line. He bobbles it. With it is Zach Stokes. Carterville's there, but he's able to get across the 10, out near the 15 where he's brought down, and that's where Brett Dietering and the Anna-Jonesboro Wildcats will start from their own 15-yard line.
Townsend Barton runs him down. He was down the field, it seemed like, in no time. He almost beat the ball there. I think we're going to hear his name quite a bit today.
So the ball is at the... They're going to mark it. They got to switch it out, get the kicking balls out. Or
do we have a flag on the field over there on the other side? He's picking something up.
Yeah, it looks like there is.
It's
laying marker there at the 20. The official, the referee today, is going to mark it off. It appears that it's going to be against Anna-Jonesboro. It may have been a hold. Here comes the ball from the far sideline. Carterville leads it 8-0 here. In the first quarter, 9.5 showing. They're going to place the ball at the 10-yard line for Anna-Jonesboro.
After the flag on the play, Anna-Jonesboro will start on their own 10-yard line.
From their own 10, it's going to be Carson Pengrass, the quarterback for the Lions. Of course, they're going to for the Wildcats, they're going to run it, and he keeps it and is wrapped up there. Actually loses a couple of yards. That Carterville defensive line was right there to meet Carson Pengrass.
You got big Lance Thomas, who had a hard season last year with the injuries. He battled that quite a bit with his knee, and he's back and looks like he's right in the swing of things already.
They're going to say he got back to the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 now for the Wildcats. Coach Brett Dietering stays with that same offense. You can look for Nate Baggett to be doing some running, but Barry Johnson, number 45, will be the featured running back most of the day for the Wildcats as Pengrass gives it to Johnson. He breaks it off left tackle for a gain of about 5, but it's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 now for the Wildcats with the ball at the 15-yard line. Coach Brett Dial pacing back and forth on the sideline just below us.
Noah Johnson scraped all the way across from the weak side over there to make that tackle. He had a long way to go and got there in a hurry.
Yes, he did. It's 3rd down and 5 now with 8:13 remaining here in the first quarter. Pengrass under center. Takes the snap, gives it to Johnson once again, puts his head down, and he gets about 3 before he's wrapped up and thrown back toward about the 15-yard line. But it does look like it's going to be a gain of 4, actually, bringing up a 4th down and 1 for Anna-Jonesboro.
First big decision of the game for Coach Dietering. What's he going to do here? He's got 4th and 1 deep in his own territory, but he's facing a big front line against the Lions here.
But Johnson can put his head down and he can pick up 1 easily, so that is a big decision for Coach Brett Dietering. Here come the Wildcats, 4th and 1 now from the 19-yard line. They need a 1st down, or Carterville, and a timeout is called here by Carterville on the near sideline. with 7:26 remaining in the first quarter. We have timeout on the field. Carterville leads it 8-0. You're listening to Lions football on News Radio WJPF.
In today's environment, being able to do all of your banking from home.
That feed's coming in really loud on me. I got to adjust my headset here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, let's just stay on the phone then. Back at Carterville, Anna-Jonesboro and Coach Brett Dienering are faced with a decision with 4th down and 1. Keenan Clark, are they going to go for it?
I think they're going to go for it. They came out and set the formation. Coach Gerald's waited till they were set up, and then he called his timeout to make sure his defense was ready. So unless it was just a little ploy by Dietering to get us to burn a timeout, come out and show us one thing and do another, but I don't see a punter out there.
Carson Pingers, the quarterback, comes out. He has Barry Johnson behind him as he's under center. Takes the snap, keeps it, falls forward. Man, Carterville didn't look like they were ready, and he was able to pick up 3, maybe 4 yards on that carry.
Quick snap, got us, we were back on our heels just a little bit. Trevor Stewart was in there, but just wasn't quite there fast enough.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 now from the 22-yard line for Anna-Jonesboro. Beautiful day in Southern Illinois for high school football. The first possession for the Wildcats, the 5th play on this drive for Carson Pengris. Puts a man in motion, gives it to that motion man, puts his head down, and is wrapped up and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. What a nice job defensively for the Lions, as it was the carry by Josh Davis.
Ivan Jones got deep in the backfield to pick him up on that one.
2nd and 10 from the 22 for the Wildcats.
You're seeing classic AJ football right now, though. They're just trying to get 2 or 3 yards. They'll take a loss, then they'll get 4 and keep moving those chains.
They'll run that little jet sweep as well. Forgot to mention, Keenan, brand new uniforms for the Lions, and man, those look good.
They look like the Illini out there, don't they?
Yes, they do. New helmets, everything for this Lions team. Pengris at the line of scrimmage puts a man in motion again, but ball's on the field. But it looks like maybe Johnson may have fallen on it. He was the running back coming out of the backfield and just never got it cleanly. And it looks like he was able to fall on it, and Anna-Jonesboro's going to maintain possession. Actually, it was Pengris that was there to fall on that fumble and keep the ball with the Wildcats.
If you're Carterville, you're okay with Anna trying to put together these long drives. The longer the offense is on the field, the more likely they are to make a mistake. They're liable to drop it or throw an interception. If they're just going to take a few yards at a time, they've got to execute a lot of plays in order to score a touchdown.
3rd and 11 for the Wildcats with the ball at the 21-yard line. Pengris has a man wide to the right. Puts a man in motion. That is Baggett. Pengris looks to throw, throws it out to the right side. It's caught at the 24-yard line, but he's brought down short of the 1st down as the receiver is Barry Johnson that made the catch. And that's going to bring up 4th down now and about 5 for
Let's see what that flag, I think, was thrown really early in the play, right as the ball was snapped.
Carterville's looking to say they need to decline it, so it appears to be against Anna-Jonesboro. We'll see what the call is. It's going to be illegal motion on the Wildcats, so that's going to bring the play back.
Are they going to decline it and set them up for a 4th and 8? Deep in their
What
own
it looks
territory?
like. That's exactly what it looks like.
I think that's a good call.
This time it looks like...
Going to see Peyton Biddle back for the punt this time.
And you
Won't be surprised if he does something special here.
And if you want to talk about speed, he's back inside Carterville territory at about the 49-yard line. So it is 4th and 7. The ball is at the 25-yard line for the Wildcats. They will punt. Biddle, as I said, just inside Carterville territory. The snap is bobbled by the punter. Runs around. The ball is kicked and blocked, and it winds up in the hands of Wildcats, but it's on the fumbled again. It's on the field, and we're going to have to let the officials sort this out. It can't be, even if it is AJ's ball, they're short of a first down, so it'll belong to the Lions.
They did not get to the required 32-yard line, regardless of who came up with it.
They did not, and nice job on special teams, and looks like for Carterville,
Luke Smolak with the block.
Big Luke getting in there and getting a hand on it, and Carterville is in great field position here on their second possession of the game at the 5:28 mark. That punt was blocked.
Well, the ball was snapped. I mean, that play was doomed from the start for AJ. The ball was bobbled a little bit on the snap, and then he's got sort of a rugby punt. He's running off to the right, and he punts it, and he runs right into Luke as he's trying to do that, and that's just not a good idea.
Carterville leads it 8-0 here with 5:28 remaining. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 702. And they are just glad to have Carterville Lions Sports back, and proud sponsor of that, IBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. As we have a delay on the field, officials trying to get things straight. Didn't get the list of the officials here today, but they're going to have another conversation. These two teams, they met back in 2019 at Anna-Jonesboro. Carterville came away with one of their three victories that season, 31-14. That was the year the Lions finished 3-6 overall. But they're looking good here early as Brett Dietering,
I think, is questioning the spot of the ball. It looks like he's saying that the ball was almost to the 30-yard line, and yet possession is being given at the 25. I think that's what his argument is. So officials getting together, trying to sort this out, which is what you want them to do. Let's get the call right, whatever it is, and then let's play some football.
Exactly, but it's going to stay where it's at. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 25 for Carterville. Eli Downen back out there for the Lions. From the shotgun, he's looking to throw. Throws it across the middle. Oh, it was behind the receiver. And Eli, it looks like maybe he lost his grip on that one, as the intended receiver was Townsend Barton for Carterville.
Ball came out a little bit funny, and it was way behind him. So I don't know if he lost his grip or what happened, lost his footing. But it almost got picked off. We're lucky it's not going the other way right now.
Nate Baggett was back defensively for the Wildcats. He was able to get one hand on it, but he just slapped it to the turf. 2nd down and 10 now for the Lions from the 25. Now it's the give to Townsend Barton. He tries to take it off the left end. He spun out of bounds. It's going to be a short gain, as they're going to mark it at about the 23-yard line, a gain of 2 for Carterville.
Matthew Wright, linebacker, comes outside to run him down. We ran that to the short side of the field. I don't think Barton really got to open up the Jets a whole lot on that one.
2nd and 8 from the 23. Preston Saunders in the backfield. He's going to take the handoff from Downen. Cuts it up across the 20 near the 15, that's where he's gang tackled right there by Anna-Jonesboro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players in on the tackle. And looking at Sumner, I can understand why it takes so many to bring him to the turf.
It sure does. And, Carterville had a bunch formation over on the right side, and they sent the blockers out there, and they want Preston to be one-on-one. Get him one-on-one with the corner, and that corner's either got to bring him down or we're going to the end zone.
It's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Lions from the 16, as Downen's going to keep it. He has the first down, and the corner takes it in for the touchdown for the Carterville Lions. Eli Downen on the 16-yard touchdown run for Carterville.
He didn't just look like a power runner there. Eli was a little shifty around the line of scrimmage, made a nice cut and got to the outside. And once he turned the corner, there wasn't anybody who could catch him.
Carterville on top now, 14-0. Nice run from Carterville's quarterback, Eli Downen, the senior. Now, again, Carterville's going to line it up and go for the 2-point conversion. Downen takes the snap, gives it to Summer, just like before. before Sumner is able to cross the goal line. Carterville converts, and they lead it 16-0. So with 4:44 remaining here in the first quarter, Carterville is up by 2 touchdowns. You're listening to Lions football here on News Radio WJPF.
My name is Ronnie Walker. I'm a mortgage loan officer, Carterville location for the Bank of Harris. My customer often an ID in the middle here.
Okay.
Just a closing, more than just an application. It is a relationship. It's the start of a relationship or the advancement of a relationship. Many customers come back over and over for refinancing, additional purchases, lines of credit. Relationships that are built throughout this process do last a lifetime.
Chad Ellis from Munis Family-Owned and Operated. Owners Chad and Kate Ellis want you to know that they will troubleshoot and find your plumbing problem, and you won't have to pay for repairs you don't need. Prices are always approved by you before any work is started. They specialize in tankless water heaters, saving you money on energy costs. Saving time and money. Call 985-2021 or find it at SanDiego.com. Chad Ellis, your local plumbing expert.
Back at Carterville, Dave McKenzie, Keenan Clark bringing you action today as Scott Hudson is on assignment. Carterville scored 2 touchdowns so far in this first quarter. It was a 4-yard touchdown run from Preston Sumner, and Eli Downen with a 16-yard run. 2-point conversions good on both attempts. Carterville leads at 16-0. And it's going to be Zach Bonnet's ready to kick the ball away for the Lions. To our right, puts the ball into play. Nice high kick. Point down. It's going to be taken at about the 15-yard line by the Wildcats. They take it out across the 25 near the 30. And that's where Anna-Jonesboro and Coach Brett Dietering are going to start with 4:38 remaining here in the first quarter.
Nice job by the Lions containing him. It looked like he had a chance to get loose there, and the Lions collapsed right at the last minute. Josh Levens brings him down, and it was by the time he got to him, all the air was gone.
Anna-Jonesboro has been pinned deep to start this game. They've not run out past the 30-yard line, and they're going to start this just a yard short from their own 29. As for Anna-Jonesboro, it's going to be Carson Pingras at quarterback. He's got Barry Johnson in the backfield. And they put one man out, receiver, that's Camden Hodges on the left side. A man in motion, Stokes. But it's the give to Johnson, and he's brought down. Loss of about 3 for Anna-Jonesboro. Nice job defensively by the Carterville Lions defense.
They run the counter back to the weak side here, and Jordan Cordes was right there. Hit him in the backfield. I think they're going to have to think twice before they run that one again. Lions did not look fooled at all.
Jordan's dad just below us here at Carterville, and got to see and shake his hand before the game. I know he was excited about Lions football this year. Have a penalty on the field apparently. It's going to be offside against the Wildcats. That's going to be the second penalty on Anna-Jonesboro, setting the ball back at the 24-yard line, so a 5-yard penalty. It's going to be 1st and 15 now from the 24-yard line. It's one thing you don't typically see from an Anna team is penalties, but it is the first game of the year. So.
First game of the year is always ugly. There's an adjustment for everybody. It doesn't matter what level.
Pingras under center, puts a man in motion, takes the snap, gives it to Johnson. He kind of bobbles it as he comes through the line. Fortunately, he wasn't hit, and he was able to maintain possession. Falls forward at the 28-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd down now for Anna-Jonesboro.
Cordes again coming down the line to take that, but AJ's just getting to the line of scrimmage, and they're looking where the hole's at, and he's calling it after the ball snapped. He's deciding which option he wants to take, and right now they're finding a couple of small holes.
It was a gain of 4 on that carry by Johnson, so it brings up 2nd down from the 28. 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats. Carry out across the 30-yard line As the officials step in, and they're going to mark it at the 33-yard line. Still short. Going to bring up third down now for AJ. 3rd and 7 from the 32. Carterville's defense has been stout so far here today.
They're running that 4-3 defense, but sometimes they'll walk some guys, extra guys up to that line of scrimmage and give it just a little bit of different look.
And the one thing about this defense, it is fast. Even on the line, they are getting in the backfield as it's the give to Nate Baggett off the left side, breaks it out across the 40, has the first down and more near the 45 where he's brought down, and that is the first down on this drive for the Wildcats.
By far, that's been their biggest play so far today. They had a little bit of space going, and Marshall Blythe comes over. First time I think our defensive backs have actually had to make a tackle.
As they take it out to the 45-yard line. 2:57 on this first quarter clock as it rolls on a beautiful 60-degree day here at Carterville High School, the first game of football in 2021. Carson Pengris at the line of scrimmage has Johnson. Pengris looks to throw, steps back, throws it out to the right, picked off by the Lions for Carterville, and great job defensively by Jackson Allen as he was there to pick off that pass, and Carterville has the ball back.
I think Jackson saw that coming a long way. He was sitting right there. He kind of sat down when the ball was thrown and waited for it to get in the air, and he cut right in front of the receiver and picked that one up. Made a nice catch.
That was a diving catch as he made the catch with 2:32 here remaining in the first quarter, and Carterville is going to have the ball. Once again, a chance to extend the 16-point lead as they have it at their own 37-yard line to start this drive.
Jackson Allen's a name that we haven't mentioned yet, but he could very well be one of the most athletic kids on the field anytime he walks out there.
I know he was president of the National Honor Society this year. I got to go to that ceremony. Downan's going to throw it deep down the left side. Has his man right there. Oh!
Just missed it.
As it was Bryce Anderson, the intended receiver, the speedster. Ball just over the end of his fingertips. But, man, that's there, and look for them. I wouldn't be surprised to see him come right back to that play.
Yeah, everything worked out right. It was just overthrown by just a couple of feet. But I think one of the things that worked well for Carterville last season that they're going to try to do is they're going to take some deep shots. When you have this much speed and a quarterback that can throw it, you do that a little bit. You open up the inside for Preston to run right over the top of you.
Brett Dial said he wanted to utilize that speed and get out and run past this Wildcat defense. It's the give to Sumner, has his jersey pulled from the left shoulder, and he gets out across the 40 to about the 48-yard line, bringing up third down now for Carterville.
I mean, it's got to hurt to tackle Preston. He's running really hard right now. He's staying low, and he punished that Carson Pengris whenever they collided right there.
3rd and 5 for the Lions from the 43, a gain of 5 by Sumner. He's on the right hip of Downen. Downen takes the snap, fakes the give to Sumner, keeps it off the right tackle. Out on the right side, a first down and pushed out of bounds. Carterville keeps the ball, and they've got it across midfield on the first down carry from Eli Downen.
You talked about the speed of the defensive line, but our offensive lineman got way downfield on that one as well. And we're going to pull them quite a bit. Our guards are athletic, and our tackles can move, and we had a lot of help downfield whenever we broke that one open.
1st and 10 from the 54, Carterville. Nice run from Eli Downen. Keeps the drive alive, puts a man in motion, gives it to that jetback. That's Townsend Barton off the left side. Spun out of bounds, grabbed by the shoulders, and hits the turf. But there's a flag that is thrown at, or it looked at least I thought I saw a flag thrown. Maybe not.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, there was. Sideline warning, I believe, against Carterville.
Well, that was a better display of Barton. He actually got to run that jet sweep to the larger side of the field, and he got to open up his speed a little bit and made a nice gain. Picked up 6 on the play, and here we go, 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 for the Lions. From the 43. Clock rolls, minute 39, and a timeout is taken by Coach Brett Dietering. Carterville leads it 16-0. Stay with us. You're listening to Lions football on News Radio WJPF.
Hey, it's the things you grew up with.
The play on the last play was a sideline warning against the Lions.
Get refill.
You good?
I'm going to get a refill. I'm not quitting on you yet.
Yeah, I'm going to. Okay. Okay.
Gentlemen, may I have your attention? We would like to congratulate the cheer team for completing their competition season last week. During their season, they received first place at 5 different invitationals. For the second consecutive year, they are the IHSA sectional champions.
Big football game taking place at SIU Saluki Stadium today as the number 5 Salukis host South Dakota State, the number 6 team in the country. And at the half, it is SDSU on top of the Salukis 17-3. One other score to give you. Murphy led Heron at the end of the first quarter 7-0. It's 16-0 here at Carterville. The Lions coming out of the timeout had the ball 2nd and 3 from their own 43. Quarterback Eli Downen and Coach Brett Dial having a conversation with the offense. Downen has Sumner to his right, 2 receivers right for the Lions. The low snap is grabbed by Downen. He throws out to the right side, intended for Ben Hake. It falls incomplete, and it's going to keep it or push it to 3rd down for the Lions.
Ball took a little nosedive when it came out of his hand and had a little, looked kind of like a duck coming over there, so would have been a remarkable catch for Ben to come up with that one.
Bryce Anderson is split wide to the right, down in from the shotgun. Takes the snap, gives it to Sumner. Sumner has the first down and more, cuts it up inside across the 35 down to about the 32. They're going to mark him at the 33-yard line. First down for the Lions. First and 10 from the 33 as the clock rolls to 1:28. There's another flag on the field. The officials talk about it once again.
Preston showed he could be a little elusive inside there. He was hopping around and created his own space inside of a bunch.
It's going to be against the Lions. And they're going to mark the Lions back. Unsportsmanlike conduct call on the Lions. A big 15-yard penalty is going to put the ball at the 48, but so it's going to leave 1st and 10.
I don't know what sparked the flag or what caused that out there. Coach Dial is not happy about it. He was giving the officials an earful about their judgment on that call.
I didn't see anything out of the ordinary.
I didn't either. There was nothing that looked physical, at least.
Officials are still been a lot of talk about the officials, and you got to think they got to get into game shape too.
Yeah, it's a big adjustment for them first game of the year.
Make sure that they're making the right call and they get the marks.
A lot of seasons, those officials they kind of break themselves in. They go to the scrimmage games and the practice games and work out a couple of their kinks. It's just something that they have to do as well. You're exactly right on that.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 10 now for the Lions.
They got the first down.
Oh, they did. It is the pass from Downen is incomplete, intended for Bryce Anderson down the left side.
Bryce didn't quite get behind him like he did before, but
that time you saw that defensively they had double coverage on Anderson.
They had the same misunderstanding, I believe so. Carterville just sent their punt crew out there, and now they're saying, no, it's 2nd down. We were awarded the first down. The penalty must have come after the play.
Okay,
so
that makes sense.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 for the Lions.
We are in AJ territory now, though.
From the 48. Coming into the game for the Lions, it's going to be Nick Dawson. Nick not very tall. He's 5'5", but he takes down and fakes the handoff and keeps it, and it carries it out across the 38-yard line. That's going to move the chains, giving the Lions another first down. That's a third first down on this drive as we're looking at the 9th play on the drive by the Lions.
Look how fast we're working now. We're already at the line of scrimmage ready to go.
First and 10 from the 39.
Now they're going to take a break. They get to see what defense AJ's in. They're going to make an adjustment from that. But they really ran up there and got set like they were getting ready to do a quick snap on
A
them.
lot of work this week by just going no huddle, which not that they huddle anyway, but like a 2-minute offense for the Lions. Downan's going to keep it, fights his way across the 40, back to enough for the first down as he's able to move the markers. They're going to give him the 38-yard line, and that's going to move the chains on the far side of the field.
Once again, he was hitting the backfield and still makes a positive gain out of it. He's just a hard man to bring down right now.
As the officials look there, it's close enough they're going to have to look, and it looks like they're going to have to measure. Steve McKenzie, Keenan Clark with the call here. Scott Hudson on assignment as the officials.
I think we may have it.
To me, it looked good just from our location here in the press box. Actually mark it at the 38-yard line as they pull the chain tight.
That's
First
good.
down, Lions.
There we go.
Never a doubt.
No doubt. We could tell. They should have asked us.
Yeah, I motioned for them, but they didn't look up this way for some reason. First and 10 for the Lions from the 38-yard line. They have a 16-point lead and would like to extend that lead here as we're working our way toward the end of the first quarter with 35 seconds remaining. Downen is ready to go. The Lions step up to the line of scrimmage from the shotgun. Anderson in motion. It's the jet sweep to Anderson off the right side. Cuts it up inside the 40 to the 35. Gets away down the right sideline and is brought down out of bounds on the far sideline at about the 10-yard line. How did he get out of that?
He is so fast. Is that the first time we've seen him with the ball today?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a couple of weapons that we haven't fully utilized yet. We haven't had a need to, but when Bryce gets the ball and he turns the corner, man, he's fast.
He takes it down.
Flag on the field on the far sideline, though.
They got him up high as they were tackling him, so I'm wondering if that's going to be...
I think it's a holding call.
It's going to be a hold on the Lions. I don't know how he got out. There was a whole slew of defenders there, and he just came running out down that far sideline.
Think back to the Mascoutah game last year, and the one player that we had that athletically looked like he could match with him and actually had a couple of really big plays against him was Bryce Anderson. So he's got that athleticism to match anybody.
Yet one of the smallest guys on the field in that game at that
He was,
time.
but he made some really big plays.
Yes, he did. That penalty is going to be against the Lions, and it's a big one, too. It's a 15-yard penalty on Carterville as the flag lays at the 26-yard line, 27-yard line. And so
I think that penalty was probably a spot foul. I think he lost 10 yards from the spot of the
maybe
foul.
a hold.
Yep.
So it's going to be second down actually for Carterville. They have it from the 37.
Anderson again. Let's give him another chance.
Anderson breaks away from a defender across the 30. Down inside the 20. Has the first down and more inside the 10. Bryce Anderson, what a great run for Carterville.
He caught that ball. He just stepped right back towards the quarterback. Stepped back into the backfield. Took the little screen pass there. He caught that ball, and there was not a defender within 8 yards of him in any direction.
He was able to pick up that first down easily and a whole lot more as Carterville now has it first and goal from the 10-yard line. Downen takes the snap, gives it to Sumner, has his jersey pulled again, held up there, and he's going to be brought down at the original line of scrimmage as we end the first quarter. As we head toward the second, Carterville leads it 16-0 over Anna-Jonesboro. Stay with us. Second quarter action is coming up next here on News Radio WJPF. Yep.
Brett is still questioning that call right there on that.
I'm sure.
I think the unsportsmanlike.
wear a mask and maintain social distance during athletic events. Our players, coaches, and officials are doing their part by wearing their masks. Please do your part in helping us provide a safe experience for everyone in attendance. Carterville and
As we head to the second quarter, Carterville leads it, Keenan Clark, 16-0.
It's the first time the ball's been down on the north end zone. Everything's been taking place right here in front of us on the south side because A.J. hasn't got across the midfield yet, and Carterville spent most of their time putting A.J. on their heels. So now they're going to go and try to punch one in the north end zone here.
This will be the 12th play of the drive as the Lions have it. First and goal from the 10. This drive started back at the Lions' own 37-yard line. Bryce Anderson's been a big part of this drive for the Lions as he was able to get the ball down to the 10-yard line. And the Lions are threatening once again here as we're just underway in the second quarter.
The first drive was almost all Preston, and the second drive we had a lot of Eli, and now we're looking at Bryce getting his share of the pie.
Who will be next on the next drive for the Lions and Coach Brett Dial. Downing takes the snap, gives it to Preston Sumner, who was in motion. He fights his way and gets into the end zone for the touchdown for the Lions. He lost the ball at the end of the play, but Sumner has the 10-yard touchdown run
when you see him on
for Carterville.
When you see him on that sweep, he's at full speed when he gets the line of scrimmage, and then he's a dangerous player when he's at full speed turning the corner there.
11:53 remaining here in the second quarter.
He lost the ball right after he got into the end zone, and I've noticed on the other side, and a couple times when he's gone down, he'll put that ball in one hand and try to reach it out and get an extra few feet or a few inches, and that's a dangerous play.
Zach Bonnet's on to attempt the field goal. The point after for the Lions, the snap, the hold, the kick is good. Zach Bonnet gets it through. The sophomore comes through with the extra point, and Carterville is on top 23-0 with 11:53 remaining. Stay with us. We'll continue here. Lions football on News Radio WJPF.
Uh, 40.
Yeah, I think
40
it is 40.
We'll go home early today.
After the successful kick, number 55, Zach Bonnet, lines up the kick for the Lions.
Crap. $23-0 Carterville Lions on top of the Anna-Jonesboro Wildcats as we just underway here in the second quarter. It was Preston Sumner, the 10-yard touchdown run, and the extra point from Zach Bonnet. Carterville on top 23-0. Stay tuned. Coming up at halftime, Keenan and I will break down the first half of action and get you caught up on other scores around Southern Illinois as Carterville's prepared to kick. Once again, Carterville not using a tee. They elect to punt the kickoff. Bonnets gets the ball. It's on the ground at the 18-yard line, taken by fumble. Anna-Jonesboro's Stokes. He puts the ball on the turf, but it looks like it may have been
recovered.
T.J. Macy that was able to get on the ball for the Wildcats, maintaining possession here in the second quarter.
We had another flag on the play, on the return. Been a lot of laundry on the field today, hasn't
There
there?
has been, and we'll see what the call is going to be. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale with 5 area locations to serve your banking needs. Branch and ATM locator online at tboc.com. The Bank of Carbondale, proud to support high school sports in your Carterville Lions. Member FDIC equal housing lender. It's going to be against the Lions against 24-yard line. Actually, they're going to mark it back even further than that.
They're going to step it off from the point of the foul. Looks like 10 yards for clipping
19.
from the point of the infraction.
To the 14-yard line. That's where A.J. will start. 1st and 10 after the penalty. Carson Pingras, the quarterback for the Wildcats. They're moving from right to left now on your radio dial. Carterville has the 23-0 lead. Pingras under center. Has Barry Johnson, in the backfield. Fakes the pitch, gives it to Johnson. He comes off the left end out to about the 18-yard line, and it's going to be a gain of about 4 for A.J. 2nd and 6 now for the Wildcats as they have it at the 18. Cannot believe how beautiful it is. Nice breeze blowing out of the northeast at about 3 to 5 miles an hour. The flags to our right. Just a gorgeous day.
So many times in week one you have those official timeouts for water breaks.
Absolutely.
It's not necessary this year.
Puts a man in motion. Pingras, he's going to keep it, tries to get to the outside, cuts it up inside, spin, move. Actually, it was Pingras on the carry as he had enough for the first down.
He's looked pretty good running the ball. He's not had a whole lot of options, a whole lot of room to run, but when he does get to turn the corner, he can make some positive gains.
Ball is at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 28 for A.J. Carterville defense hasn't really given them a whole lot, but that was one of the bigger runs so far for the Wildcats.
Yeah, it's easy to overlook it because the offense has been sort of, actually very impressive, but our defense is pretty tight as well right now.
Camden Hodges spread far to the left as a receiver, put the man in motion. Pingras is going to keep it, uses that jet back to get a block, and Carterville breaks it up, busts through, and drops Pingras for a loss. It's actually going to be a loss of about 1.5 yards, but it's going to bring up 2nd down and about 11 now for the Wildcats.
We got Talon Walker, defensive end, on that far side over there. That's 2 times in a row he's brought him down. This time he came all the way across the field and caught him from behind. Just when you have speed like that, you can do a lot of things out there.
2nd and 11 from the 28 for A.J. Coach Brett Dietering and his Wildcats on the far sideline. That's not a big travel squad that you see from A.J. Is when you look at the sideline, compare it to Carterville.
No, Carterville's got a lot of bodies over here on this side.
Of course, some schools are experiencing some player shortages. We've got a timeout on the field with 9:36. Carterville in command here early. They lead at 23-0. Stay with us. You're listening to Lions football on News Radio WJPF. 23-0. Carterville pitching the shutout here in the second quarter with 9:36 showing on the second quarter clock. Anna-Jonesboro needed a timeout, and they have the ball 2nd down and 11 from their own 28 as Brett Dietering gets the play to his offense. They finally make their way toward the line of scrimmage. Steve McKenzie, Keenan Clark bringing you action here on News Radio WJPF. Scotty Hudson on assignment, as we say, this weekend. He'll be back with us next week when we have Nashville at home. A whistle and a flag from the near side, and it's going to be offsides against the Carterville Lions. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Bringing up about second and 6 for AJ.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened. It looked like both sides were moving a little bit out there. I think that call could have gone either way, but as it turns out, AJ gets the positive yards out of it, and they're just trying to put together something to get down here and give them a chance to score.
2nd and 6 from the 33. Wildcats are ready to go. Pingras under center. Puts his jet back in motion, gives it to, Pingras keeps it. He's wrapped up and just thrown to the turf viciously by that Carterville defense right at the 30-yard line. Wrapped him around his shoulders and just tossed him to the turf.
That was the junior middle linebacker, Ivan Jones. He started there last year and had a really good season. I think he's done a great job this game. He hasn't had the tackles that you typically see out of a middle linebacker, but when you're playing this offense, he's probably getting double teamed just about every play, and he's drawing blockers and opening things up for everybody else. But he went through. I watched him. He went through untouched and just absolutely body slammed him.
Absolutely. Loss of 2 on that carry by Carson Pingras. So it's going to bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 8 from the 31-yard line. Anna-Jonesboro has yet to get across midfield with the football on any of the possessions so far. This is their 3rd possession of the first half. Pingras has his Wildcats at the line of scrimmage, puts a man in motion, takes the snap, going to keep it, looks to the right, throws it out to the right. It's caught as the receiver falls down immediately at about the 33-yard line. And that's going to bring up 4th down now for the Wildcats.
AJ's kind of in a bad spot. They can punt it to us and try to change the field position, and it looks like they're sending out a punt team, but the way Carterville's been moving the ball, I wouldn't want Carterville to have the ball in any spot on the field.
Ball is at the 34, so it's going to bring up 4th and about 4. McGrath is going to punt it for the Lions, so that puts Peyton Biddle back at about the 35-yard line for the Lions. McGrath waiting on the snap. Gets the snap, bobbles it, gets the kick away. It's going to hop at the 33-yard line. Biddle's content to let it roll. It rolls back inside the 15-yard line to the 13, and that's where Carterville is going to start on this possession as we've got flags
50-yard punt, but there was a tussle in the middle of the field. Looked like Luke Smolak and Townsend Barton were in the middle of a couple of AJ kids. I don't know who started it or how it worked out, but there's a lot of flags out there to get that broken up.
All 4 flags are laying right around the 50-yard line. Brett Dial is barking at the Lions.
It's like it's against Carterville again,
yep.
Which is not going to make
it's going to be offsetting.
Happen. Oh, they're offsetting.
They're going to offset the penalties. I missed it. I was looking where the ball was going to wind up.
I saw the flag out of the corner of my eye, and I looked over, and they were chest to chest and helmet to helmet out there, about 4 of them.
7:32 remaining here in the second quarter. And the ball is resting at the 13-yard line. So that's where the Lions will start. A lot of chippiness on the field today. That's what the 3rd.
Yeah, 2nd and 3rd penalties in that regard. But like you said, the kids are excited. They've been waiting for this a long time. Wasn't sure it was going to happen. Now, the adrenaline's going. Not to make excuses for either team for that kind of behavior, but, they're really charged, and they're excited, and the weather's good, and they feel good. So
both teams they were just anxious to hit somebody other than their own
I'm
colored
sure they
jersey,
were, yeah.
So
tired of hitting the weights and hitting each other, no doubt.
Downen has his offense ready to go. 1st and 10 from the 13. Downen's going to keep it off the right side. Out across the 15, cuts it up at the 20. Out bounds at the 28-yard line. Just a dandy run from the Carterville senior quarterback, Eli Downen.
Yeah, he seems to be having a hard time getting past Byron Lang, but they've got him playing here deep on their defense, so we'll let him keep making tackles all day if we need to.
Gain of 15 on the carry from Downen as he takes it out to the 28-yard line. Downen will always operate from the shotgun, takes the snap, gives it to Preston Sumner. And he just puts his head down and runs over the defender where he's brought down after a carry of about 3 yards. 2nd down and 7 now for the Lions after the carry from Preston Sumner.
Pulled the weak side guard and tackle to lead the charge on that side. Again, I'm just really impressed with how well our offensive linemen have been moving today.
2nd and 7 from the 31. Carterville moving left to right in their brand new uniforms. Man, they look so good. It's the give to the jet back. That's Townsend Barton across the 35 to the 40 to the 45 near the 50 where he's finally drug out of bounds. Right below us, big run from Townsend Barton.
He got a chance again. He had a lot of green in front of him. Got to show that speed off. He had a really good fall. And Winter, he's a decathlete. Can do just about anything athletically.
Yes, he can. The ball at the 50-yard line. Nice carry of 19 yards for Carterville. Down and takes the snap. Wings it out to the left side. Bryce Anderson takes the throw. Cuts it to the outside. Bobbles it. It goes out of bounds as he was running. Tried to switch the ball from his right arm to his left arm, and he just lost the handle. Unfortunately, just went straight out of bounds. And Carterville just a bit, where are they going to mark it over on that far sideline? It's going to be about 2 yards short of the first down. Actually, it's going to be 4 yards short as 5 as they mark it at the 45.
They've ran that play 3 times, that little screen out there to Anderson, and he has had all kinds of room every time.
2nd and 5 from the 45 of AJ. Sumner takes a handoff from Downing at the 40-yard line. Stiff arms down the sideline to the 15, the 10, 5, touchdown! How about Preston Sumner, a 45-yard touchdown run.
They had no chance to run him down. He had to step on him and just made space after he got past him. Great run on the right side there. I thought they had a chance to get him in the backfield, and he just ran right around him.
Yes, they did, and little stiff arm kind of broke him free. He's able to outrun the defenders down that right sideline, and Carterville has extended that lead now to 29-0, and there's still 6:16 remaining in the second quarter. Sumner, a touchdown run of 4 yards on the opening drive. Picked up his second TD after a 10-yard touchdown run with 11:53 remaining in the second quarter, and now a 45-yard touchdown run at the 6:16 mark.
So they had set up here for this extra point attempt. They had Bonnets, who kicked the extra point, set up as a wide receiver, waited to get the defense out there. Then they're going to set and go for the PAT here.
Bonnets is there, ready, and there was all sorts of movement.
Wouldn't be surprised if it's a formation too, with that much movement going on.
Preston Sumner, what an impressive first half for him. Waiting on.
Yeah, and he's done it a lot of different ways. He's ran between the tackles a little bit. He's taken it outside. He's done everything but catch a pass. And when he catches a pass, he's going to complete
the one thing
trifecta.
that you can say, and I've seen the difference in Sumner so far here today. In years past, whenever he would run, he tried to run to avoid contact.
Correct.
But he is big enough, as you talk about Preston Sumner, 6'2", 218. He's just a stud. And you can see now he's not trying to avoid that contact. The ball's Carterville's going for the two-point conversion. Down and bobbled it. He throws it out to the right side, and it was Anderson that was the intended receiver. And just off his fingertips, falls incomplete. So with 6:16 on the clock, Carterville leads it 29-0. We're going to go on and take another break. Here, you're listening to Lions football on News Radio WJPF.
That's a good point on Sumner. Like, he's picking a spot and getting to it as opposed to trying to run around everybody.
Yep. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville for over 30 years. Charlie's can handle any heating or cooling system issue you may be experiencing, and no job is too big or too small. Give them a call at 985-2502. 29-0. Carterville in complete control of the Wildcats here in the first half as the kick is taken by the Wildcats down inside the 20, carried out across the 25 to the 26, and that's where Coach Brett Dietering and the AJ Wildcats are going to start with the ball with 6:07 remaining here in the second quarter.
It seems familiar territory for them down there. They've just had a hard time cracking that 50-yard line and getting the ball over the Carterville side. And so I feel like they probably think they've had their backs against the wall the entire game.
They've not really been able to get that running attack going, and they're definitely not a throwing team, so they rely on that run game to move the ball up and down the field, but they're just not able to get anything consistently going here in the first half. But they have the ball at the 26-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Beautiful day in Southern Illinois as they have one man too many on the field. He goes to the sideline. Pingras under center. Puts the jet back in motion. Pitches to that jet back out here to the near side. Cuts it back inside the numbers, and he's dropped right there by that Carterville defense. Not much room to run, and it's going to bring up 2nd down for Anna-Jonesboro.
Marshall Blythe coming up to making a play in the backfield. You know, I mentioned earlier that our linebackers are having a hard time, or haven't had a whole lot of tackles yet, but our defensive ends and our defensive line are getting them before anybody else can.
It was a gain of 1 on the carry by the Wildcats. As they have it 2nd and 9 from the 27. Pingras breaks the huddle. Send one man out to the right. That's Nate Baggett, the receiver, split far to the right side. Pingras, 2 running backs behind him. Under center, a whistle and a flag from the back judge. It's going to be a delay of game against the Anna-Jonesboro Wildcats, and that's going to move the ball back 5 more yards.
Again, you mentioned it earlier, and I think it's a good point to revisit. We've never played Anna in week 1, but you don't typically see this many mistakes from an AJ team. Like a Brett Dietering team's usually a well-oiled machine, and they're very disciplined and well-coached. And it's not to say that they aren't that type of team this year. They just haven't got to that point yet today.
2nd and 14 now after the 5-yard delay of game penalty. Pingras under center, ready to go. 5:15 on the clock. Pingras with the snap count. Takes the snap. Gives it to Johnson, who just buries it, puts his head down and runs right through the middle of that Carterville defense into the linebacking core. He's out across the 30-yard line. They're going to give him the 31. That was a good run from Barry Johnson.
It was. He worked hard for those yards, and like you said, he got his head down, got right behind the shoulder pads, and wasn't much we could do about that.
Ball out to the 31-yard line now. It's going to be 3rd and 9 after the gain of 5 on that carry from Johnson. It's Carterville keeping AJ deep in their own territory. Clock rolls, 4:35 remaining. Pingras, he's going to keep it, tries to get to the outside.
Big Luke.
Man, Smolak is there to wrap him up, spinning to the turf. And that's 4th down, and Anna-Jonesboro is going to have to punt once again.
Smolak seems to be around every play. He hasn't been the guy to take him down quite a bit, but you've got to run around him because you can't run through him. And that time he caught him from behind and slammed him down.
4th and long for Anna-Jonesboro. Updating a couple of scores that we have midway through the 3rd. San Diego State over SIU 27-3. Murphy leads Heron at the half 13-0. It's going to be 4th down and 8 for Anna-Jonesboro from the 28. The kick.
I'm hoping we get to see him turn it. Here he goes.
Biddle at the 45-yard line, out across the 50 to about the 45-yard line where Carterville's going to start right there. It's the first hit, really, that we've seen Biddle take so far. Nice carry return of about 10 yards, and Carterville with 3:42 remaining here in the second quarter has it again in AJ territory at the 45.
You know, I'm wanting to see Peyton get a good chance to return. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but every time that boy's around the ball, something special happens. He's an athlete, and he knows how to make things happen. So
he's a spark plug.
He certainly is.
You know, good things happens when Peyton Biddle's around the ball on the basketball court, on the football field. Downan's going to throw down the right side. His receiver, Bryce Anderson, wide open and drops it right through the wickets. And Bryce, he is shaking his head as he comes to the sideline. The defender, I think, had fallen down, and Bryce was just wide open. And
he got turned around a little bit and looked like the ball was underthrown just a shade, and so he stopped and came back and spun back the other direction and just didn't get his feet underneath him to make that catch, it seems.
Truthfully, I wonder if maybe the sun may have played a little part of that too, as it looks like it's right out of the south. So 2nd down and 10 from the 45 for Carterville.
Regardless of the drops and the miss here or there, he's getting open, and if you're going to get him open, he's going to score a lot of points.
Sumner takes the handoff, and he's stacked up right at the 45-yard line. Nice job by that Anna-Jonesboro defender, as it was Matt Wright that got there, along with Jacob Doss, to bring down Carterville's running back, Preston Sumner.
Yeah, I mean, when was the last time you saw us have a 0 gain on a play that wasn't an incomplete pass? So it's 3rd and 10. We haven't been here in a while.
I bet there's a pass option here for the Lions. They're going to have trips to the right. Send one out to the left. That's it, Bryce Anderson.
Anderson by himself on an island over there. We're going to try it again, and I think we got it this time.
He's wide open. Nice pass. Eli put that right on the money. A 45-yard touchdown pass from Eli Downen to Bryce Anderson. That's how you redeem yourself after dropping
the pass. There you go. You got to give that guy another chance. You know Bryce Anderson's going to come through, so... And here's something else I noticed, and if you look at the AJ team right now, the defensive back after the touchdown was made just looked defeated. Like his shoulders dropped, body language was not positive, and I think a lot of the AJ players they're starting to feel it a little bit right now.
Nice comeback catch by Bryce Anderson. 45 yards from Eli Downen to Bryce Anderson. Carterville's on top 35-0. Bonnet's on for the extra point. The kick is up and
just cleared,
just barely across the crossbar. And Carterville now leads it 36-0 with 2:51 remaining in the second quarter. Stay with us. You're listening to Lions football on News Radio WJPF.
Wildcats 36-0 with 2:51 left to play in the half.
Does that say 2:51 left? 2:51?
Yep. Coming up at halftime, Keenan and I will have the Advanced Surgical Technology halftime report coming up. Carterville's hung 36 first half points here on the board. Still 2 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the half.
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying on the sideline right now if you're Coach Dietering whenever the boys come over and they're looking for something. Right now it's just been all Carterville.
All Carterville as Bonnets gets the kick away. High-hanging punt-style kick from the 15, taken out across the 25 to the 30. And just across the 30-yard line is where A.J. will start with the ball. 2:45 remaining here in the second quarter.
Jordan Cordes with another tackle for the Lions. He's had a really good game so far defensively and on the special teams.
A.J. will have the ball at their own 30-yard line as we start play here with 2:45. Don't forget, coming up next Saturday, probably my preseason pick for number one in the Mississippi Division. Nashville's in town, Keenan, and man, I think everybody was kind of looking at how good they were going to be, and Carterville, so far, looks like they might be able to match up pretty good with the Nashville squad. AJ double pitch as they run the reverse to McGrath. He's out across the 30-yard line and tripped up about the 36-yard line as the reverse.
Jackson Allen on the tackle there, but yeah, going back to what you were saying about Nashville, we mentioned that Carterville didn't get to play or hasn't played since October of 2019. Nashville was still playing around Thanksgiving in 2019 with a deep postseason run, and so although that's not a significant difference, it's extra games and extra time for those players, and they just return a lot of big, strong, athletic kids like Carterville.
Second down and 3. The ball is at the 31-yard line for AJ. Excuse me, the 36-yard line of AJ as they wrapped up. Nice job by the defense right there as it was Barry Johnson that tried to plow ahead, and there was, 3 Carterville Lion defensive players right there and just wrapped him up, threw him back for a loss.
Ivan Jones, Noah Johnson, our 2 linebackers came through, looked like they were unscathed getting through the line and just met him head on, and that didn't end well for him.
Just blew the play up right there.
They did.
Minute 29, the clock rolls. It's going to be 3rd down and 7. Loss of 4 on that carry, and they just dive forward with the run out to about the 40-yard line.
Tried to sneak it up the middle and got all they could out of that. I mean, you've got Big Smo and Trevor Stewart in the middle there dragging him down, but he just got underneath him and got that 2 yards that he needed.
1st and 10 for Anna-Jonesboro, and that's their first down since their opening drive. They had one on their second drive of the game as well. The 3rd first down for the Wildcats. Pengrass lifts the foot, puts a man in motion. He's going to keep it. Reverses, makes a spin move near midfield to the 50, and that's where he's brought down about a yard short of the first down.
Another nice run. He didn't seem to have a whole lot of space and then created some by a little cut back towards the defense. So Townsend Barton getting back in on the action defensively for us.
35 seconds and the clock rolls here in the second quarter. Carterville on top 36-0. Pingris gets his Wildcats to the line of scrimmage. They want some points before half. Pingris, he's going to keep it. Tries to follow the pull blocker and is brought down after a gain of 1. They might give him 2, but the clock just keeps rolling. Actually, with the first down, he had enough for the first down. And that's going to stop the clock with 18 seconds remaining.
Stewart and Smolak again on the tackle. Those 2 guys doing what they needed to do. But, the thing is with Anna's defense, or their offense, it's not really built to score quickly. I mean, I'm sure they have some schemes in place to score when there's only 20 seconds to go from midfield, but that's just not how they're set up. It's not how they drive.
Timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here with 18 seconds remaining. Midway through the 3rd quarter, it's San Diego State putting away the Salukis. They are on top 34-3. Big matchup there at Saluki Stadium between number 5 Salukis, number 6 San Diego State.
Yeah, it's disappointing to see how it started out. The Salukis have had some big wins this year. They've been fun to follow for sure. But
I guess we can say don't count the Salukis out because they've been able to surprise late in games. But San Diego State, they're a solid team, and this is the 3rd top 10 team that the Salukis have faced so far this season. The Dogs 4-1, number 5 in the country. South Dakota State. I think I would like to go to San Diego. I think that's where that came from.
I've been to San Diego State University for a visit before. It's nice.
But they lead it midway through the 3rd, 34-3. Keenan and I will have your halftime report brought to you by Advanced Surgical Technology. Don't forget, at the end of the game, we're going to name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal Star of the game. Who would it be so far? Preston Sumner, Eli Downen, Stay with us and find out. 18 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. 1st and 10 now from the 48 for the Wildcats. They desperately need some points going in to halftime. And it makes you wonder if maybe they might throw the ball here on this possession. Yes, as Pingress looks to throw, throws it down the right side, way over the head of the intended receiver, Nate Baggett. That was 10 yards beyond Baggett as he was running down the far sideline. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 now for AJ.
So there's your conundrum. If you're AJ, you want to throw it deep. You've got 2 seniors, Ben Hake and Graham Dinas back there. Very intelligent guys. They're going to be where they need to be. Or you've got to throw it by Barton or by Jackson Allen or, 2 athletes that they're going to cover you one-on-one if they need to. It's going to be difficult to throw on us. I think our defensive backfield is really set up to be successful against a team that doesn't throw a whole lot for sure. Resetting the clock. Are we having a clock issue down there?
It's at 40
right
now.
They just reset it. It was sitting at 25. I think they were waiting on that to get reset.
12 seconds remaining here in the half. Now, Carson Pingras at the line of scrimmage. They'll throw once again. He drops back. Carterville gets the pressure. Oh, but he's able to escape. Throws it out to the right side. It's caught at the 40-yard line. Spins, takes it up the sideline to the 30, where out of bounds. The receiver winds up and on the reception. That was a nice catch by, let's see here. It looks like Camden Hodges for the Wildcats.
Speaking of Ben Hake, brings him down. I think that was his first tackle of the game, but he hasn't had an opportunity to tackle anyone. No one's been out there. Flag on the play.
And the way AJ's backing up, they know it's going to be on them. It's going to be holding on Anna-Jonesboro. So after that nice catch and run by Hodges, they're going to have to come back, and now
I think they'll take the deep shot or just hang on to the ball. And
I think they'll take a knee. I think they'll take a knee with 3 seconds remaining.
They do not want to throw a pick to Jackson Allen or one of those speedsters back there and give us a chance to run something back.
10-yard penalty after the hold. The ball is at the 40-yard line of AJ. So it's going to be 2nd down. And a long way to go. 2nd down and, my gosh, about 22 yards it looks like. 2nd and 22. It is.
We've brought Bryce in as a defensive back for this play.
And AJ, they do just take a knee as they clock it to end the second quarter. What a first half of football by the Carterville Lions. Came out strong, and they lead it as we head to the half. 36-0. Stay with us. Keenan and I have our advanced surgical technology halftime report coming up. You're listening to Lions football on NewsRadio WJPF. Woo! Aight. Is that 38 or 36? It's 36-0.
I can't tell. It is a 6, you're right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to center field where our state champion Tom people perform the routine.
$36-0 is the score here at the half, as it was all Carterville over the Anna-Jonesboro Wildcats, Keenan Clark, and man, what a first half of football for Coach Brett Dowell. You got to think he's a pretty happy camper talking to his boys in the locker room.
I don't think he could have asked for a better opening half. The Carterville they haven't turned the ball over. They've moved it very well offensively. And even though you might be a little awestruck by how well we are on offense and how good our weapons are, defensively, it's not a bend but not break defense that we see sometimes. It is an absolute wall we put up out there. Those two senior defensive linemen, Smolak and Trevor Stewart, they've just been all over the place.
Yes, they have. Carterville had the ball first in the first quarter, and it was Preston Sumner at the 9:37 mark that was able to pick up the 4-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion was good. Carterville led it 8-0 at the 9:37 mark. Anna-Jonesboro gets the ball back, and they were forced to punt, and that punt got blocked. Carterville winds up with the ball deep in territory of Anna-Jonesboro, actually at the AJ 25, and 3 plays later, it was Eli Downen with a 16-yard scamper. That came at the 4:44 mark. The 2-point conversion was good. Carterville on top, 16-0. AJ gets the ball back, and then it was interception by Carterville's Jackson Allen with 2:32 remaining in the first. He made a great play, a great move on the ball. He dove out and caught it and gave the ball right back to the Lions.
Yeah, Carterville's had the luxury of a short field. Again, you credit a lot of that to your defense, but the offense is just taking care of it. But when you only have to move it 30 yards for points, 40 yards for points, that puts you in a really good spot.
After the interception from Jackson Allen, Carterville has the ball in the second quarter, and it was Preston Sumner, the 10-yard touchdown with 11:53. It was the first play of the second quarter. The extra point was no good. Carterville was on top, 23-0. AJ gets the ball back. They give the ball back to the Lions on downs. Carterville comes down. Sumner, the big run there at 6:16 remaining in the half. The 45-yard touchdown run down the right sideline. Carterville's up 29-0.
I don't think you can overstate how much better Sumner has looked already this year than what we saw from him last year. Like you said, last year it looked like he was working hard to avoid contact. This year it just seems like he's just lowering his shoulder and going where he wants to go, and AJ really doesn't have an answer for that right now.
AJ gets the ball back. They're unable to do anything with it. They wind up punting it away. Carterville gets it back, and then Eli Downen. Bryce Anderson, the 2 plays before, had dropped a pass where he was wide open. The defender had fallen down. He was frustrated. 2 plays later, Downen comes right back to him. The 45-yard touchdown pass from Downen to Bryce Anderson. The extra point was good. That's where we're at right now, 36-0.
I think it's interesting that you stated that he dropped the pass and we went right back to him. I think that's something that Coach Dowell wants to do, and shows that he has faith in his quarterback and trust his players, trust his senior players to make that play, and says, hey, don't get your head down. We're going to go right back to you and give you another shot and give you a chance to redeem yourself, and he sure did.
It was a dominating first half by the Lions, and don't forget, the last time these two teams played, Carterville got the win 31-14, and coming into this season, the talk about Anna-Jonesboro was the fact that Coach Brett Dietering had 10 returning starters for the Wildcat team, but man, I got to tell you, it's not just the upperclassmen for Carterville that's been effective. It's them sophomores and juniors that have been strong in the first half.
There's a load of sophomores out there that are making plays. Juniors are doing a nice job, like you said. Carterville has really spread the wealth out. It's kind of hard to say, well, this has been a one-man show. It's been far from it. We've had defensively and offensively, we've had everybody involved, and everybody seems to be filling in nicely to start the season here.
36-0. Carterville has the lead here at the half. We're going to continue on our advanced surgical technology halftime reports here on News Radio WJPF. Okay. Okay. At the half, the Carterville Lions lead the Anna-Jonesboro Wildcats 36-0, and I know that Coach Shane. I'm in basketball mode. I was
Yeah,
going to say
that's
Shane.
all right. We'll give you a pass this time.
But I know that Coach Brett Dial, he was wanting to get out and run, get the specialty players outside, and he was able to do so in that first half.
Yeah, if you're AJ right now and you're looking at making some sort of adjustments at halftime, you've got to find a way to seal the edge. Carterville's just getting outside. They're throwing the ball outside. They're throwing the screen pass. Preston's getting outside. I would want to try to force Carterville, find a way to force them to run between the tackles. Although Eli has done a great job of running between the tackles, I'd make them do that. I'd make them put that big quarterback, tuck the ball, make him run with it.
Defensively for the Lions, what can they do here in the second half?
I don't know that they need to make many adjustments at all. I think they've done a great job up front. They are beating up the offensive line right now of AJ, and AJ has some big kids. That was one of the things that's a marker for them is that their line is big, and but our kids they're just beating them to the ball. We're making a lot of plays in the backfield.
And we talk about how big the AJ line is, but Carterville's line is equally as big, and you can see that they're just wearing that line down on both sides of the ball.
We're also, how many guys do we have that regularly play both ways? Maybe 3 or 4. And, and you mentioned earlier that it's kind of thin over there on that AJ sideline. They've probably got a lot of guys that are starting to wear out a little bit. They're on a grass field. They can't get out and practice game speed like we can on the turf here. So that's kind of an advantage that you have here, practicing on the turf every day as opposed to teams that are going to have to practice in the gymnasium or find dry spots in the field to work in small space. And it's starting to show right now.
That's a good point. Carterville has a dominating first half performance. And you know what? You're only 4 points away. If Carterville scores another touchdown, it's going to speed up the game quickly as they'll get the running clock.
You don't get to.
I hate saying that because I don't like jinxing.
Right.
I'm a pretty superstitious guy, but for the Lions, I don't know that there could be a better scenario.
No, AJ's hoping to come out and maybe get a couple of turnovers to go their way and work the ball down and maybe get in the fourth quarter, be a couple of touchdowns away and at least put us on our heels, make us nervous.
Well, the Wildcats will have the ball to start play here in the second half as they won the coin toss but deferred to the second half. So Coach Brett Dietering and his Anna-Jonesboro Wildcats will start with the ball here coming up in the second half. This is your halftime report brought to you by Advanced Surgical Technology. Don't forget in the postgame report, Keenan and I will name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. But we'll continue here at halftime. Carterville on top, 36-0. You're listening to Lions football on News Radio WJPF.
I got time to go.
Yeah, watch your mic there on your chest.
enjoying this first football game?
36-0 Carterville on top of Anna-Jonesboro as we're just a couple of minutes away from starting the second half here. Dave McKenzie along with Keenan Clark. And Keenan, number one, appreciate you stepping in and helping out Scotty on assignment today. It was kind of a last-minute deal, but
I get those jobs sometimes.
It happens, but
you may find me announcing a basketball game or behind the mic at a football game. If someone can't be there, I'm all right. I'm happy to fill in.
Your responsibilities within the district have kind of changed over the last couple of years. Now you're the assistant principal at the intermediate school. But let's talk about some of the things that you, the staff, the administration are having to deal with. You know, I'm amazed. You know, these football players are wearing masks. The basketball players are wearing masks. Volleyball players are wearing masks. But I can't imagine what it's been like when you've been in your staff meetings trying to pull off a school year in 2021.
It requires extra effort and adjustments from everybody throughout the district. Everybody from our cooks are making adjustments, custodians, secretaries, teachers especially, students. It's not an administrative issue. It is a Carterville school district. It's a Carterville issue that everyone has to make some adjustments on. But, you know, what an opportunity is the way we look at it. What an opportunity to teach resilience in our kids. What an opportunity to find better ways to do things and incorporate technology differently. So instead of harping on the negatives, we really try to approach it as taking advantage of the positives that we can get out of this.
That's awesome. And, you know, but you got to also give credit to the kids, you know, not only in the classroom are they doing it, but on the competition field. And it's like I've said all along, if you was to tell these kids they had to play with two arms tied behind their back and one leg, you know, they would do that. They adapt.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they're going to remember this, and they're going to take advantage of this learning opportunity that they have. And you know, this is a great deal. We're glad we're out here. And this has been a fun football game, not just because we haven't seen football in a year and a half, but this has just been a fun game to see Carterville come out and be as athletic and as exciting as they are right now.
And the good Lord has blessed us with a beautiful first day of spring. This is just, it doesn't get any better than this. Both teams are making their way out of the locker room as we're going to get you set for second half action. Carterville leads at 36-0. That's going to put a wrap on our advanced surgical technology halftime report. Stay with us. Second half action is next right here on News Radio WJPF. Aight. Aight. Back at Carterville High School, Dave McKenzie, Keenan Clark getting you set for second half action between the Carterville Lions and the Anna-Jonesboro Wildcats. It's been all Carterville as they were able to jump out early and actually scored on their first drive of the game. It was a 4-yard touchdown run from Preston Sumner that gave the Lions the 8-0 lead. And then Eli Dowden, a 16-yard touchdown run, scored the second touchdown for the Lions. How about Sumner coming back with a 10-yard touchdown run? The first play of the second quarter, that extended that Carterville lead to 23-0. And then Sumner once again, 45 yards on the touchdown run, 29-0. Sumner has had just a fantastic first half of football.
He's looked like a different player out there this year. Last year he was really bottled up. There were some struggles with him sometimes getting out of the box and getting out there where he could run a little bit. But this year Carterville has found a way to get him some space, and his line has done a great job today. Eli's done a great job of getting the ball, spreading it around a little bit. But yeah, Preston Sumner so far he's been the man.
Then it was the passing game that was on display for the Lions with 2:51 remaining in the second quarter, and actually putting the score where we're at right now, 36-0. It was Bryce Anderson down the right side, out. He had dropped a pass on the right side where he was wide open, and his defender, the cornerback, had fallen down, and it just went right through the wickets. 2 plays later, Eli down and drops back, throws it to the left side, wide open, beautiful ball thrown by Downen. Anderson was able to corral it in and scored on the 45-yard touchdown pass from his quarterback, Eli Downen.
So we've got, 3 different players so far that's found the end zone. I'm wondering who it's going to be this half.
We'll see, and you've got to think, too, one of the things that Brett Dowell's going to be happy, he's going to be able to get some guys in a game maybe that he hadn't planned on getting in the game. You didn't expect it to be a shutout so far, and truthfully, in a blowout as of right now as we start the second half. But if Carterville can shut down this opening drive for Anna-Jonesboro, maybe score one more touchdown, get to the running clock, might see some of those underclassmen get into the game that is going to get valuable game
Definitely.
experience.
You don't go into an Anna-Jonesboro football game and think about what your contingency plan is whenever you get up by 40, because that just doesn't happen very often. So it's been a blessing so far to get in this position. They can put a stop on AJ, get down in the end zone. This game's going to end real quickly.
AJ will have the ball to start play here in the second
By
half.
way of a punt.
By way of the punt.
How do you like that so far?
Well, and I've been at practice for a better part of the last 2 weeks.
Uh-huh.
And kicking from the tee, we're just not good.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Mr. Bonnets, Zach Bonnets, he's got a heck of a leg, and when he punts it, he can put some height on it, and the ball comes straight down. It's hard to handle, and has been effective so far for the Carterville Lions in the kicking game. So,
last year they had converted soccer player Caleb Knight kicking off, and he could get a touchback in just about any type of conditions. So this year, changing things up and adjusting to your personnel.
So Carterville's going to kick off to AJ, Coach Brett Dieter, and they're going to have the ball to start play here in the second half as Zach Bonnets has the ball in his hand, takes 3 steps, punts it, and it's going to be point down as it comes down at the 16-yard line. Anna-Jonesboro takes it there out across the 30 to the 35 to about the 36-yard line. So it's going to be AJ's football with 11:53 remaining here in the third quarter, and they're going to have it at the 37-yard line.
Jackson Allen again getting in on that tackle. He seems to be finding his way to the ball now quite a bit.
Anna-Jonesboro in the road whites with the blue pants. Carterville sporting brand new uniforms, new jerseys, new pants, the white pants with the orange and blue stripe just above the knee on the outside, and white socks by everybody. By Carterville, that was something that Coach wanted to see as well. No SpongeBob socks on the sideline. It was Anna-Jonesboro's quarterback for Pengris for the Wildcats that kept the ball, pick up a gain of about 3, maybe 4. It's going to bring up second down now for AJ.
I'm not sure those white pants and white socks would have been a good idea if we were playing in AJ's
No, I agree.
AJ has a fantastic field. I mean, they do a great job there, but you wouldn't want to wear this in the mud and the grass today.
Well, they'll wear their home pants or be back in the home uniforms next week as well. Nashville comes to town. It is second down and 6 now for the Wildcats. They have it at the 41, their own 41. It's the give to the jet back, Johnson, and he is wrapped up there. What a great
Ball
play
loose on the
by
field.
that Carterville defense, and truthfully, that should have been a fumble. They're not going to give it because I don't know that he was truly down. James Cravens stepped up and made that tackle.
Oh, yeah. They, again, AJ's looking for something. Now they're looking to try to get the ball outside on the edge a little bit, and it's just not there.
No gain on that carry from Johnson, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long now, 3rd and 6. AJ needs a first down. Carterville leads at 36-0. Pingris puts his man in motion, dropped the ball, and falls right on it. So 4th down now, and Anna-Jonesboro, that is going to be forced to punt the ball away.
What they needed on that play was an excuse to go for it on 4th down. It's kind of hard to go for it from your own 40-yard lines when it's 4th and 5. If they'd grabbed a couple of yards, it would have been a pretty easy decision. Let's go for it. But right now, I don't know what they're going to do.
It appears as if they're going to go for it. You don't see.
He may put the punter on the shelf for the rest of the game now with the time being the way it is.
Yep, 4-down territory wherever you're at.
Yeah.
It is 4th and 6 from the 41. Carson Pingris under center. Fakes the pitch, gives it to his running back. That's Johnson, who spins his way across the 45 to the 46. And it looks like he's got the first down for the Wildcats. Big run. That was a big, powerful run from Barry Johnson.
Bryce Smith, and once again, this is not going to shock you, Luke Smolak in on the tackle.
Luke has just had one heck of a game today.
He's had a great game.
Enough for the first down. It moves the chains. The ball rests at the 47-yard line. 1st and 10 for Coach Brett Dietering and his Wildcats. 5th play of the drive as Carterville thought they jumped offside, but they got set. That was close, and they get the ball out across the 45 to about the 42-yard line. Back-to-back first down runs for this AJ offense. They need points on the board, and they're running like they know they need it.
You know, they're smart. That's a coaching staff that knows what's going on. They have found a weakness and a chink in the armor here, and let's see if Carterville can fill that hole up real quick. Because if not, we're gonna be looking at AJ in the end zone soon.
Ball is at the 42. It's first down for the Wildcats. Pingris takes a breather as he's under center now. One running back right behind him. Gives it to that running back. That's Johnson straight ahead. A gain of about 7. He might have got 8, maybe close to 9. Big first down run for the Wildcats.
That's the 3rd tackle for Bryce Smith on this drive alone. So he's starting to get some work back there in the linebacker position, and he's been filling in pretty well. I'd like for him to make those tackles a little closer to the line of scrimmage, but he may not have a whole lot of control over that.
2nd and 2, a gain of 8. The ball at the 34. They have the ball. This is the first offensive possession in Carterville territory, I do believe, for the Wildcats. As Wildcats have it. It's Pingris that's going to keep it. Luke Smolak there again. Just wraps him up, guides him to the turf. Nice job by the big defensive lineman for Carterville.
Luke hit him high, but when you're Luke Smolak, you can hit somebody high and still get him down to the ground. He's a load coming at you there.
No gain. It keeps it now 3rd down and 2.
AJ's got to be happy with the way this drive's going for him so far. They're making positive gains and forcing us to make some adjustments here.
Actually, that was a first down run. It's 1st and 10 for AJ. I missed that. They have it at the 31. Pingris gives it to his jetback. That is Baggett, who fights his way down near the 20-yard line. AJ is just pounding the ball down on Carterville right now. That is going to be the 4th first down run here on this drive.
Oh, it was going to.
7:20 remaining.
Ian DeWitt was in there giving Trevor Stewart a break, and we got Stu back in there right now. Let's see if that helps out on that front side.
1st and 10 from the 21 for this Wildcat offense. Pingris One receiver to the left, and we have a whistle and a timeout that is taken by the Wildcats. It comes at the 6:57 mark. First drive of the second half, and Anna-Jonesboro is threatening to score their first touchdown of the game. Stay with us. We'll continue here. This is Lions football on News Radio WJPF.
Sports medicine coverage for today's game provided by FIU Sports Rehabilitation. Innovative sports medicine program, FIU School of Medicine and SIU, working together to take your game to a higher level. Call FIU Sports Rehabilitation at 877-656-4999. Perform better, recover safely. That's FIU Sports Rehabilitation.
Today's game is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale, offering the convenience of mobile banking. Stay connected and on the go with the Bank of Carbondale's mobile banking app, where you can check balances, make transfers, pay bills, and a lot more. Visit tboc.com to learn more about mobile banking. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. 6:57 remains here in the third quarter. Anna-Jonesboro with the first possession of the second half and threatening to score on the Lions.
Yeah, they're still bunched in there real tight, but they're finding some. They found a blocking scheme that's giving them a little bit of space now.
Ninth play of the drive for the Wildcats. Pingris under center. Puts a man in motion. He's going to keep it. Looks to pitch, but he keeps it across the 20. Spins inside the 15 where he's hammered down. The ball was loose. Did Carterville get it? Oh, they're going to say he was down? I don't think so. That ball came out before he hit the turf, but get the break for the Wildcats. And a gain of about 6 on that carry, bringing up second down and 4 for the Wildcats.
Regardless of the offensive drive that AJ has had here, here's something I've noticed about our defense this year that's looked really good. We're making tackles. I felt like last year there was a lot of tackles missed, and that we made runners look a lot better than what they were. And this year when we're hitting them, we're bringing them down.
Let me tell you, one of the things, too, that's made such a big difference, I've noticed it in practice, is the communication amongst the defensemen.
Sure.
They're talking about the setups. It's the give to Baggett, and he's brought down after a short gain. Looks like it's going to be a gain of about 4 yards. So it's going to be third down for AJ.
Trevor Stewart coming across on the weak side. Tackle on the weak side makes a play all the way across the field.
3rd and 1. Carterville needs a big defensive stand right here. The ball rests at the 12-yard line. 3rd and 1. 5:38 remaining here in the third quarter. AJ threatening to score for the first time in the contest is, man, I tell you what,
wow.
I think he got the first down. It depends on the mark. But
he paid for it.
And he was popped. And was that Luke Smolak again?
I didn't see Luke in there, but I do know that Stu was in there on it.
It was enough for a first down. Are they going to move the chains?
He looked like he was going to fall forward and get 2 or 3 yards, and all of a sudden he just bent over backwards.
That's enough for a first down, so it's going to be first and goal from the 10 for the Wildcats. Pingris at the line of scrimmage. I'm sure he's probably still trying to shake the cobwebs out on that one as he gives it to the jet back around on the end around. And just inside the 10, that might be a gain of about 2 for the Wildcats, bringing up second and goal.
He was brought down by number 54, Noah Johnson for the Lions.
NJ in there for the stop.
He
Noah
got him,
Johnson.
didn't
Second down now and 8 after the gain of 2.
This is the first time I've seen our boys on defense look a little tired. They've got their hands on their hips right now, and I don't know if they're just not used to being on the field that long. I
got to think about game conditioning. There's a difference between what you do in practice and when you're on a running clock and a 40-second play clock. AJ has the football, 2nd and 8. Pingris keeps it, tries to spin, and is stacked up right there nice job by the Lions defenders to kind of slow him down and then wait for some help to come in and put him on the turf. And Pingras is a little slow getting up, but he's all right. Just hands the ball to the official. Ball still stays at the 8, so no gain. 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line.
You know, I mentioned earlier that it seemed like Ivan Jones didn't get his name yelled or called over the speakers quite as much for tackles early in the game, but he has really turned it around. He's been in on everything since then.
Carterville wants to force it 4th down. It's 3rd and goal from the 8. Pingras gives it. No, he's going to keep it. Tries to cut it to the outside. Cuts back up in there, and he's popped it about the 5-yard line.
Made a great gain out of nothing right there.
Yeah, but it's going to keep it 4th and 5, maybe 4 after the mark. It's 4th down nonetheless, so Carterville's defense, you can bend and not break. If they could get a stop here, that would be fantastic for the Lions, as it's 4th down and 4 for...
Again, a good opportunity for our defense to kind of see what we do when we're working with a small space down here on the end. We haven't had to do that yet, but we will next week against Nashville.
Come on, defense, don't let them score here. It's 4th and goal from the 4. Fake the pitch, keeps it, gets it to Baggett.
He's not going to make it.
Wrapped up. A flag
on
comes
the
in.
play.
And could it be a hold on AJ, or is it going to go against the Carterville Lions? The flag came from the far sideline, and they're going to say a face mask, and it's going to be against the Carterville Lions, as they had that play stopped, and Carterville players can't believe they are going to call a face mask on the Lions, and that's going to give a 1st down to the Wildcats.
Here's again, this is your growing opportunity as a defense. You've got to learn not to make mistakes like that. You can see firsthand how that can be devastating. You can get away with that mistake today. You cannot get away with that mistake next week.
They had Baggett stacked up short. It would have given the ball to the Lions, but a penalty, and maybe the most costly penalty of the game so far, gives it 1st and goal from the 2.
Just give them another shot.
Come on, defense. Ball's on the turf as Pingras couldn't handle it, and Carterville recovers the fumble. How about that defensive stop? There, never a doubt for that.
No doubt whatsoever. So proud of them to get down there and take a little pride in your defense. Take pride in your shutout that you have going so far. You don't want to give that up.
So Carterville has the football at the 4-yard line. What a great defensive stop! But truthfully, Baggett never really came up clean with the football on the snap.
I'm not going to be surprised to see us take a shot right here. See if we can turn this field over real quick and get that 40 clock. We'll see what's going on here.
1st and 10 from the 4-yard line for the Lions.
A lot of room back there for Bryce to run.
Will down and throw from the end zone. 2:46 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. What a drive by the Wildcats, and they get stopped as it's down and it's going to keep it. Just tries to sneak his way off the right side and get away from that goal line. He does push it out to about the 6, maybe the 7-yard line, giving a little breathing room, as they are actually going to mark it out close to the 10. My bad on that spot. It's going to be 2nd down and about 5 for the Lions.
I think that was a breathing room play. Try to get yourself out of this hole, but I'm just not going to be surprised if we see a big shot coming up real quick.
2nd and 5 from the 9. That drive from Anna-Jonesboro was 9-minute drive, as they drove it right down the field, their best drive of the game, but they fumbled the ball.
Here's the shot.
Here it is, down the sideline. The receiver was there. That was
just
Bryce Anderson, and he had to jump up, and the ball was just over the end of his hands. Ball's incomplete, but the play is there.
He's been behind Nate Baggett a couple times today, and Nate was not going to let that happen. He's made some sort of adjustment on this one. He was shoulder to shoulder with him.
Carterville took the shot there, 3rd and 5.
You take the shot and it works. That's great. But if it doesn't, now you've got to get to work, because you've got one play to get your 1st down. Otherwise, you're going to give it right back to him here.
Look for Preston Sumner.
Here's the jet sweep.
Surprised they didn't call. It's Townsend Barton cuts it to the outside, has the 1st down and more as he's shoved to the turf, out of bounds. 1st down, Carterville Lions. Big run from Barton as he got to the outside. They've run that play successfully 3 or 4 times today. Carterville gets the ball out to the 25-yard line where it's 1st and 10.
Again, Byron Lang on the tackle. He seems to be making all the plays on the sideline, and when we get deep into AJ's backfield.
Attack some penalty yardage on top of that, as I didn't see the flag here on the near side, and it's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
I'm wondering if there was a horse collar or a face mask. I think when Townsend went out of bounds, it looked like he got spun around really hard. So I'm wondering if that had something to do with it.
They tack 15 yards on, so actually the ball rests at the 40-yard line of the Lions. So here with 1:52 remaining, could they score before the end of the third? Down and keeps it across the 40, cuts it up
There
to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, and he's brought down from behind.
Nice
Not by the
open field
defender.
tackle. Zach Stokes.
As it was Gowden who broke it out into the open field, and
I don't think he got touched until he got tackled.
he didn't. Clock rolls, 1:42, 1st and 10 for the Lions in AJ territory. They have it at the AJ 28.
Again, you pull Trevor Stewart from that other side to, well, it looks like it was Ian DeWitt this time from the other side.
Downan's
Open up
going to
some
roll to
space.
his right, looks
He's
to
got
throw, throws it out in the flat, wide open. Bryce Anderson makes a move at the 10, cuts it back inside,
Gonna walk it.
touchdown! Carterville Lions, Bryce Anderson takes the pass from Downan, and it's going to be a 28-yard TD pass for the Carterville Lions.
So how many plays on that drive?
5 plays on that
5
drive.
plays, 95 yards.
We'll take it.
Yes.
42-0, Carterville after the 28-yard touchdown pass with 1:22 remaining here in the third quarter. As Zach Bonnet's on for the extra point. Snap, the hold, the kick is good. Carterville leads it 43-0. Stay with us. More Carterville Lions football is next here on News Radio WJPF.
Wow.
Hey, everybody online. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. Okay. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 702. Happy to have Carterville Lions Sports back in action. IBEW Local 702, creating a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. You talk about a back-breaking touchdown. AJ, the first drive, 16 plays. They take it all the way down to the 4-yard line and can't score. Carterville turns around and scores in 5 plays, going 96 yards.
Yeah, that's devastating. You have a chance to build a little momentum and maybe get things going your way, and it just came to a completely dead halt. 5 plays later, you're down again. So,
and with that touchdown, that means rolling clock for the rest of the game. Even if AJ gets it within 40, the clock continues to roll. It's 43-0 and under a minute to play. AJ has it here. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from the 14-yard line.
So now the clock is only going to stop for touchdowns and timeouts, I believe. Injuries.
Change possession, yeah. So Coach Fred Teetering and his Wildcats, they at least want to get something positive on that scoreboard here before the end of the game. They give it to the running back as he's brought down after a short gain. Out to about the 17-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 3. And coming up a little slow is Josh Davis. He was actually the ball carrier as he's got his hand on his right hip as he heads to the far sideline. Tapped out and started making his way over to see the training staff up for Anna-Jonesboro. He hit the turf hard, and he's taking a moment over on that far sideline to kind of recover. Don't forget, next week we'll be right back on Saturday afternoon as Carterville hosts Nashville. That's going to be a good game, and
I'm already excited for that one.
I'm telling you, Battle of the Titans, the way it's looking so far. As the third quarter ends. How about them Carterville Lions? They lead it 43-0 as we head to the fourth. Keep it right here. This is Lions football on News Radio WJPF.
During athletic events, our players, coaches, and officials are all doing their part in wearing masks during today's competition. Please do your part in helping us to provide a safety experience for everyone in attendance today. Good game.
Good job, man. Congratulations.
Your cooperation.
43-0 and a rolling clock for the Carterville Lions as we head to the fourth.
You're about to see a lot of new numbers and hear some new names out there on the field for Carterville. Looks like they've brought in some players that haven't been out there quite a bit yet, so try to keep some of our starters healthy and safe right now.
And you do that to me just as I get all the kind of the numbers on the starters.
Just when you start getting comfortable.
You start getting comfortable, he's going to change it up, but it's a good thing as Carterville has the rolling clock leading 43-0 here, start of the fourth quarter. As it's AJ's ball, they give it to Baggett. He's able to get to the outside. Picks up enough for an Anna-Jonesboro first down.
Eli Moing and that looks like Graham Dynas out there on the tackle.
Nate Baggett comes up limping for Anna-Jonesboro.
You know, AJ, no matter what the score, they want to score a touchdown. They don't want the shutout. They're going to continue to call plays and try to make positive gains. So they probably still have a few starters out there. I see, it looks like their whole line is still on the field that they would normally have. So you can understand that.
Anna-Jonesboro has it. Still, now it's Gavin Osmond. It's the quarterback for Coach Brett Dietering. And Osmond came in and was the starter after Game 3 back in the last season. Was back in 19, and that's who Carterville faced in that 31-14 win on the road at AJ.
Yeah.
But Osmond comes in now to replace Pengris here. After the offense getting shut down, it's 2nd down and 4 after the gain of 6 yards. The ball rests at the 32-yard line. They have it moving right to left. It's the pitch to the outside. It's Nathan Plott that gets out across the 40 and picks up another AJ first down.
Nice job, Ethan Lanham, from the linebacker position, running him down and getting him knocked out of bounds.
Clock rolls, making our way toward 10 minutes remaining. It is a rolling clock at the 40-point lead mark. 43-0 is the scoreboard total for the Lions. AJ has the ball at the 40. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. They put Plott back in motion and a flag on the far side. It's going to be offside against the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, a hard count right there. Got us to jump off sides, and they'll take that positive 5-yard gain. Again, they had a really good drive to open up this half. They want to try to keep that momentum rolling, make sure that works out for them.
So it'll be 1st and 5 from the 45 after the 5-yard offside penalty. Coming up, we'll have our IBEW Local 702 postgame report. We'll recap all the scoring. We'll have a chance to talk to Coach Brett Dial, hopefully, if he remembers to come up here. He's in the pregame. I was down on the field, and I said, "Don't forget the postgame." And he says, "What? Why are you saying that to me? Like I'm going to forget to come up here?" And I said, "Yeah, basically. that's why I said it."
Yeah.
First down run for the Wildcats moves the chains. Ball rests at the 47.
I got a feeling he can't wait to get up here today. Talk about how this game went. He's going to
Yeah,
want to
he'll be
review this
happy.
one.
That's what I said to him on the pregame. I said, I look forward to talking to you after the game. He said, I hope I'm in a good mood, and I promise you, Coach Brett Dial is going to be in a good mood. What a run by Anna-Jonesboro's Barry Johnson. Man, he just plows ahead, wraps both arms around the ball, just tucks his head and just runs until he just falls down.
He did. Peyton Biddle hit him and knocked him off balance, but Peyton basically just glanced off of him. He was finally brought down by Zach Anson, but
it's the third first down
he
on
delivered
this.
the blow on that one.
Third first down for the Wildcats on this possession. You know they just want some points, whatever they can get here on this drive.
They want to walk out of here with something positive, and I understand that's
pitch to the
something you wanna
outside
do
to
for your kids.
Stokes, and Carterville smothers him as he can't even get back to the original line of scrimmage. That pitch was a little bit high, and he had to kind of reach up with the one hand, and it kind of lost his momentum, and the Carterville D was able to stop him and actually give a 2-yard loss on the play.
You know, the defense for Carterville has a lot of sophomores out there, a couple of juniors, but that's still a really good group. If you remember the freshman team 2 years ago, which are now sophomores, that they had an undefeated season, their depth is their strength right now. And so
Absolutely.
we're just putting inexperienced good players out there is all we're putting out there now.
7:55 remaining in the game, and it is Osman that keeps it. Man, Carterville's defense was right there. You know, they run the option and kind of the RPO, and Carterville was right there at the point of attack, and Osman was able to pull the ball back. And we've got one of the offensive linemen for AJ that's bet he's probably cramping up. I would say that.
Not nearly as many cramps this time as
No.
we'd normally see in week one, but it's nice to see senior Nick Dawson get a tackle there. He's a linebacker, and he got in there, brought him down one-on-one.
Going out of the game for the Wildcats is Bryce Bowers, the 6'4" offensive lineman. The senior. He's going to get a breather. Clock just keeps rolling. 7:34 remaining.
AJ gets their splits. They come up to the line. You always see them stick their arms out. Looks old school, but
It's effective.
it's effective.
As
There's
Osman
a
keeps
reason
it.
for it.
You know, you'll even hear that on the Carterville sideline. Get splits, and
Yeah.
and they want to make sure that they get the spacing just the way it's supposed to be. So, fourth down now for the Wildcats. Can Carterville get another stop as it's 4th and 5? And the ball is at the 31-yard line.
Another senior, Henry Jackson, in on that tackle. First time we've said him today, but good job for him from the D tackle position.
Wildcats break the huddle. Here comes Osman. Steps up under center. You don't see AJ quarterbacks work from the shotgun much, do you?
No, you don't.
They all up underneath center. They've got about 4 different. Oh, what
my
a
goodness.
defensive play for the Carterville Lions. As Jordan Cordes just blew up Gavin Osman on that 4th down play,
Came
giving
from
the
the
ball
weak
to the
side,
Lions.
came from the blind side there, and he had no idea it was coming. It's a wonder he held on to the ball.
Wow, he just was untouched coming off the left end, and Osman turned his back to throw, and it was Cordes that just buried Osman to the turf. That gives the ball back to the Carterville Lions with 6:40 remaining, and what a great play from Cordes.
No one's more excited about that than your first team defense. They
No.
want that shutout, and so to see your number 2 guys come in there and make that kind of play. Here's what I noticed on that one was Cordes got to him so quickly. Came off the end. Quarterback took 3-step drop, and then he was hit.
1st and 10 from their own 37, as it's the give to Peyton Biddle. there's not much there.
Nick
Final-
Dawson on that one. Nick Dawson.
Nick Dawson, rather, on the carry. Final from Saluki Stadium. It was South Dakota State. I really want to go to San Diego. It was South Dakota State 44, SIU 3. Carterville, Salukis could only get the field goal today at Saluki Stadium, but season's not done for the Dogs. Next week, I can't remember where they're at. We'll have to see if we can get the opponent for next week. Carterville has the football. It's 2nd and 12 from the 35.
Dawson again.
Dawson cuts it to the outside and puts his head down and just runs over to the corner. Is stepped up to try to bring down Mr. Dawson, the 5'5", 165-pound running back for the Carterville Lions, and that was a good pop right there that the running back put on the defender.
Nick is a little stick of dynamite right there. He's not real big, but he's going to run hard at you.
Gain of 4. It brings up 3rd down and 8 from the 34. 5 minutes remaining in the contest.
May throw a quick screen here out to the side.
Nope, it's going to keep it. It has been, who is that?
Hellreigel.
Hellreigel, that's right. Number 3, Andrew, the quarterback, the sophomore.
You'll get to know him over the next few years, I believe.
Absolutely.
He's an athletic kid who works really, really hard. If you come out here to this football field and there's no football practice going on, you might catch him in one of the end zones throwing balls to somebody.
He stayed late last night, and let me tell you what, he throws a pretty pass.
He does. He looks really, really good out there, and actually had a really good freshman year. Kept his cool and showed a lot of poise in the pocket as a quarterback for the freshman team.
And the thing to remember is Eli Downan's a senior, and as he graduates and moves on, Carterville is looking to set up quick as Hellreigel gets his team set. 3 receivers to the left, trips to the left. Everybody moved. There's a flag. It's going to be delay a game. It could be delay a game. It could be false start. It could be anything. But that quarterback position is going to be in good hands for a few years.
Yeah, no doubt. Like I said, Andrew's a lot like Eli. He doesn't have the thickness of Eli, but he is a tall kid, and he can run the ball, and he throws a really nice ball, like you said.
Clock keeps rolling after the penalty on the Lions. Wholesale changes for Carterville now. It's 4th down, and it's going to be 4th and 10 from the 37-yard line.
Who's our long snapper today? Looks like it's Cordis. Typically, our long snapper has been Eli. Eli's one of the best long snappers in Southern Illinois, without question, but I don't think you want him out there for this one.
No.
Not with the score the way it is.
Carterville's looking to punt.
Low snap, but
and it's blocked. Ball's on the turf at the 25. That's where A.J. recovers it.
Flag on the field at the point of the block punt. Unless he was just trying to mark, unless it was a marker.
We'll find out here. Roughing the kicker is what they're going to call. So
he blocked the punt. I didn't know you could get roughing the kicker if you.
Exactly. You got to think that they'll pick that up.
That's what they called. He just signaled it.
How they're
yelling that from the AJ sideline. They're yelling he blocked it.
That doesn't make any sense. If you block the punt, you can't get a roughing the kicker.
At least that's my understanding. I mean, you're allowed to tackle him if he's holding the ball.
The only other thing, maybe, but I mean, it's not even like it's a personal foul. It's a roughing the kicker call.
Yeah.
Well, Carterville's going to keep the football then, right?
That's 50. They're giving us 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. Takes the ball across midfield.
Yeah. Carterville's going to keep the ball.
It's going to take away just about all chances of scoring for Anna right now if we can hold on to the ball. There's only 3 minutes to go.
There's timeout on the field with 3:10 remaining. We'll take a timeout as well. You're listening to Lions football here on News Radio WJPF. Then they would call it.
It couldn't have been any more clear that he blocked it too. I mean, he blocked it with his chest.
Timeout on the field, charges to the Wildcats.
Well, right now that one ref's getting an earful from Brett Dietering.
43-0. Carterville has the lead and the football, and a flag on the carry by Carterville's Nick Dawson as he was pulled down from behind. They're going to get a horse collar play. I'm still baffled by Keenan on the last call is a blocked punt, but they call roughing the passer on the block.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand it either, but hopefully someone can shed some light on this before it's all said and done. We got an illegal block on that play, so all the gain moves us back. It looks like we lost 2 on the play. It's going to be repeat first down.
Yeah, Carterville has the football. It's going to be first, and the ball's at the 50 after the penalty. First and 12 for the Lions. Hellriegel, the quarterback, letting the clock roll, the play clock down to 12-11. It's the give once again to the running back off the side. Man, he just is a power runner, that Nick Dawson, as he gets to the outside, just puts his head down into the cornerback who comes up. You got to know that little cornerback doesn't want any part of that.
You know, Nick's a senior, and he wants his opportunity to go out and play football, and he's hung around all this time, and they're going to give him the ball. He's going to run like he means it whenever he gets it right now.
Into AJ territory at the 43. It's going to be 2nd down and 5 now for the Lions. 1.5 minutes remaining in the contest. Carterville, an impressive Game 1 win here over Anna-Jonesboro. As, again, it is...
Crowd's getting into it now every time Dawson gets the ball.
Dawson
Watching him deliver this punishment.
Out to the outside once again.
Carterville's brought in 2 new offensive linemen. They brought in Jacob Crawford and Eli Mooring, 2 more sophomores. They are currently 5 sophomores across the front. With the starting sophomore center taking his break on the sideline. We've got Charlie Howerton on the sideline taking a break, probably in part because of the score, but that's a lot of sophomore linemen that we're putting out there. And they're big. It's not like we've given up any size.
Exactly. 3rd and 2. This may be the last play of the game as the ball is at the 40-yard line. As Hellriegel
can snap it any time now.
Takes a knee, and Carterville. What an impressive. Is that going to be the last play? It is. It's going to be.
It's just academic from here on out.
43-0. Carterville gets the shutout victory over Anna-Jonesboro here in Week 1. What a game by the Lions. 43-0 is the final score. Stay with us. Our IBEW Local 702 post-game report is coming up next. Thank you for listening to Lions football here on News Radio WJPF. I've done 2 Bank of Carbondales. We're good. I'll do another. Thanks, Bob. Hey, everybody online. Thanks for watching. What a performance by the Carterville Lions here at home in the season openers. They get the 43-0 shutout win over Coach Brett Dietering and the Anna-Jonesboro Wildcats. This post-game report is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale. With 5 area locations to serve your banking needs, branch and ATM locator is available online. Just visit tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, and proud to support high school athletes. You can see Caden Clark. That is one very happy head coach down there on the field as he has his Lions at the 25, and that was an impressive victory by the Carterville Lions.
Unquestionably, it was all Carterville all the way. They won up front. They won on offense, defense. At no point in time did it really look like Anna was going to put something together to change the flow of this game. Carterville they basically got on top and just stomped on them.
Updating a couple of other scores here. Heron comes back to beat Murphy today.
Oh, they did?
14-13. Congratulations to the Heron Tigers. Logan women lose to Wabash Valley by 61 today. SIU beat at home by South Dakota State.
You got it right that time.
How about that? And next week it'll be Missouri State hosting the Salukis 44-3. SDSU gets the win over SIU today. And Carterville, man, they come away with a shutout win today, 43-0 over the Anna-Jonesboro Wildcats. Let's run down the scoring in the contest. We're going to have to name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. I'll leave that to you, so I'm going to give you the information you need.
Okay.
Carterville had the football to start the game as A.J. deferred the kickoff, and Carterville marched it down in 8 plays. It was Preston Sumner, the 4-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion was good at the 9:37 mark. Carterville led it 8-0. A.J. gets the ball back, and they had their punt blocked. Carterville gets it, and it was Eli Downen on the third play of that drive with a 16-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion was good. 4:44 into the game, Carterville's up 16-0. Jackson Allen intercepts a pass for the Lions of an A.J. pass. Carterville takes over again, and on the first play of the second quarter, it was Preston Sumner, a 10-yard touchdown run. The 11:53 mark of the second quarter, Carterville on top, 23-0. Anna-Jonesboro gets the ball back. They have to punt. Carterville has it. After 5 plays, it was Preston Sumner that was able to break free, a 45-yard touchdown run with 6:16 remaining in the second quarter. The extra point was no good. Carterville on top, 29-0. A.J. has the ball. 5 plays later, they have to punt it away, and then Carterville gets it back, and Eli Downen connects with Bryce Anderson on a 45-yard touchdown pass. The extra point was good. As we head to the half, Carterville was on top, 36-0.
Like you said, it was all Carterville. There was no answer defensively. Carterville worked so quickly. Whenever they'd get out there to line of scrimmage, play was called. They were snapping the ball before Anna could even think about making an adjustment. So that was one of the things that led to that success offensively.
The closest the Wildcats could come to scoring was the first possession of the third quarter as they took the kickoff. They had the ball for 16 plays. They had the ball all the way down at the Carterville 2. And it was a fumble that was recovered by Carterville. They were unable to punch it in. Carterville comes back, a 28-yard touchdown pass from Eli to Bryce Anderson with 1:22 remaining in the third, 43-0. The rolling clock kicks in. Just one possession for A.J. in the fourth, as it was Cortez.
Cordes, yes.
Cordes that came in and got the sack on fourth down, giving the ball back to Carterville. They run out the clock, 43-0. An impressive Game 1 win for the Carterville Lions. We're going to name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game when we come back. Carterville gets the 43-0 win, the shutout victory over A.J. You're listening to Lions football on News Radio WJPF.
It's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I know it's a tough one. I don't know. We can go with Yeah, if you want to give him your headset.
Sure. Yep. There you go, man.
Who do you want to go with? Yeah, we got.
Are you ready now?
No, I got to name a player of the game, so do your thing.
I mean, either Eli Preston or even Snow. Think about those guys.
Man.
I mean, Eli.
He had a touchdown.
Ryan threw for 2 more.
Yep. I think that's what we're going to have to do.
For Eli.
Yep.
You got.
43-0, the final score. Carterville gets the shutout win over Anna-Jonesboro today. We're going to go on and talk with head coach Brett Dial. Coach, the shutout. What an impressive game by the Carterville Lions on both sides of the ball today.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that I'm most pleased with. I thought offense, defense, special teams, for week one of a season, I thought we looked pretty sharp. You know, I think a lot of times week one you come out a little sloppy and, you got to work some things out. But I really don't know if there's a whole lot we're going to go back and just totally redo right now. We're just going to continue to simplify on both sides of the ball and execute. And I think one of the things that we've done over the last, 6 months or 17 months, I don't know how long it's been, is focused on ourselves. We haven't focused on anybody else. We're not trying to do anything fancy. We're trying to execute what we think we're good at. We've simplified a lot, and I think it showed that our kids played fast and with confidence.
And that's exactly, you said in our pregame conversation, you wanted to utilize the speed, and you knew what AJ was going to bring. They were going to try to run it between the tackles. They never got started, and you were able to get that speed to the outside, and it just was a dominating performance.
Yeah, defensively, and Coach Gerald's give a shout-out. His first shutout, I think, somebody said it was the first shutout since 2014. So, that's a long stretch of games there. And, for us to come in on week one against a veteran coach and a veteran offense, a lot of those kids on offense were back. They had some good size and experience at quarterback and fullback. To come out and execute, I mean, he's worked hard to put in a good plan, and they did a good job of teaching it the last couple of weeks. And like I said, we trimmed it up a lot. We tried to be simple and let our athletes try to play them inside out. We knew we were going to be faster than them today, so we were really trying to bottle up the inside and bounce things and run it down, and it worked pretty well.
I know you're always coaching character as much as anything, and it's been really difficult, especially for your seniors who didn't know if they were going to have a senior year, but they really stepped up. I couldn't imagine a better performance from a group of young men than what your seniors put together today.
I mean, I don't know if there's ever been a group that's deserved it more than these guys.
True.
I've been in education for 20 years, and I mean, have you ever seen? I know you as well, and I don't know if I've ever seen a group of kids that's had to overcome as much adversity as this. I mean, there's tragedies and accidents, but just the amount of time that they've had to sit and wait and go through a change, and you can play, you can't play, and you can play, but nobody can come, and then all of a sudden they can come, and just the mental wear and tear a lot of these guys have had, it's tough on them. I mean, it's tough on us. I can't imagine what it's like for a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid. So I'm so proud of that group. They deserve all the success, and they stuck with it, and the guys that stayed with us, they were rewarded today.
Nice running game from your running back today. Preston Sumner, a couple of big runs from him. Eli gets a run. Nice throws to Bryce Anderson, especially after he drops the pass over on this side, and to come right back to him 2 plays later, and he was wide open and gets the touchdown.
Yeah, I think early on, some of our early shot plays, I thought Eli held on to it a little bit too long, and then it didn't come out of his hand with some pressure, very clean. We just told him, hey, man, just catch it and throw it up. Bryce is one of the best. He may be the best athlete on the field. Just get rid of it and let him go make a play, and that's exactly what he did.
Next week, Nashville comes to town.
Well, let's hope it's as exciting as last year, but a little bit of a different outcome. I mean, they've got a lot of firepower, and they've got a lot of really good players at the skill positions, but so do we. So we're going to match that thing up, and we're going to give it everything we got, and I think it's going to be a good ball game.
Coach Brett Dial joins us on our post-game report. Congratulations on
Thanks,
the win.
guys. Appreciate it.
Congratulations, Coach.
43-0, the final score. The Lions get the victory over Anna-Jonesboro in shutout fashion tonight or this afternoon. And, man, everything just was so good today. The weather was perfect. The Lions played a great game. They get the shutout. Coach makes it up here in time for the post-game report. I mean, everything is good. The only thing that we have left, Keenan Clark, is we need to name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game.
Well, again, across the board, our seniors were so good. When you look at what Stewart did and Smolak did and Eli and Preston and Bryce, like they were all involved. We were calling their names all day long. For me, I think the most impressive performance was Eli Downing. He broke a couple of long runs. He was responsible for how many of our touchdowns? 4.
Yes.
In one way or another, responsible for 4 of our touchdowns. But when we needed 2 yards or we needed 12 yards, it was Eli was going to find a way to get it for us. And I think that determination needs to be rewarded.
And literally, we could have substituted any other Preston Sumner,
Preston
Bryce
had a fantastic
Anderson,
game.
Luke Smolak. There's just so many names that we could throw in there. But we're going to go with Eli Downing, the senior quarterback, who winds up with, let's see here, he had a 16-yard touchdown. He threw a touchdown to Bryce Anderson of 45 yards, and he had actually 2 touchdowns to Anderson, one of 45, one of 28. We'll go with Eli Downing. He is our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Call 618-534-8148. Owned by Joe and Lindsay McCann of Carterville. Joe's Lawn Care has been serving Southern Illinois for over 20 years. They specialize in commercial and residential lawn care, landscape maintenance, tree trimming, snow removal. Plus, don't forget, springtime. It's a beautiful day. Joe's probably not doing anything today. He's probably just home. He'll come clean up your yard I promise you. He's probably working and listening. But they'll do spring and fall cleanup in your yard. Give them a call, 618-534-8148. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal. Eli Downing is our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. Keenan Clark, I appreciate you coming in.
Thanks for having me. I really enjoyed it.
And good game. You brought us good luck, and we'll just have you set right behind Scotty next week.
Anytime. You just let me know. I'll be happy to help.
Hope that continues. 43-0, the final score. Congratulations to Coach Brett Dial and the Carterville Lions. They start the season 1-0 after the 43-0 shutout win. Next Saturday, 12:45, we'll have the pregame show, and then it's Carterville hosting the Nashville Hornets, another conference game, and that's going to be a good matchup. We'll have all the action right here on News Radio WJPF. Thank you for listening to us on the radio. Thanks for watching us online, and for our producer and engineer back at the studio, Mr. Brian R. Powell, for Keenan Clark, and for my broadcast partner on assignment today, Scott Hudson, I'm Dave McKenzie. The Lions get the win, 43-0. We'll talk to you next Saturday right here from Lions Field at Carterville High School. Thank you for listening to Lions Football on News Radio WJPF. God bless.
All right, great job, everybody. Seriously, Keenan, what an excellent call, man. That's just,
Thank you.
you want to do this.
I appreciate that. I'd be happy to help you all anytime you need help.
We'll keep him in our pocket, I promise that. Thanks, bub. Everybody online, thank you. Hope you have a